Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another broadcast of Rider Nation Station. My name is Doug Spencer. Alongside me, Zach Farrell. I am substituting in for Joey. Joey is taking a much-needed vacation. Hope he's tuning in to the Rough Rider football game tonight. And we're going to take a quick listen to the St. Mary's All Brass Band's alma mater. Alrighty, there was St. Mary's All Brass Band's rendition of the alma mater. Enjoyed that. Alongside me, Zach Farrell. Zach, should be another exciting night of football here at Grand Lake Health System Field. We are in week 2 of playoffs. It's rematch time.
Absolutely.
Last year, the Franklin Wildcats hosted the playoff game where the St. Mary's Roughriders traveled down to Franklin, as well as the maiden voyage of the RV to bring you that game in tape delay. And St. Mary's was able to win in a very exciting fashion with a defensive stance right toward the end to win that game 14-10. So it's number 8 St. Mary's versus number 9 Franklin. Look forward to an exciting game tonight.
Yeah, Doug. It's I remember that game as being very cold last year as well. We got about 50 degrees on the field tonight. Feels very much like fall, like football weather. Look out here across the Dosing farm. I see the leaves changing in the woods. I see the steeple back there from Glenwood Church. So it's exciting to be here in Grand Lake Health System Field. Check out another Rough Rider playoff game. Doug, I remember last year with the game at Franklin, there was not just that ending stand inside the 10-yard line, but also earlier in the game, that defense stepped up and stopped Franklin from scoring a touchdown. And with it being such a close game, those 2 stops made all the difference. Well, hopefully for us tonight, we don't have that close of a game. But if we do, it'll be exciting to see if St. Mary's offense or defense steps up and gets it done again this year.
And also in that game, we saw the rise of number 20, Ross Henshin. He came in and was just an absolute spark plug for Coach Doug Fry's Rough Riders. And, Ross was injured for about 3 weeks, and, he was easing his way into the playoff game last week versus Greenville, which St. Mary's easily won 56-21. And hopefully we'll see big things as Ross is getting back into good health here.
What a great weapon for St. Mary's to get back in the backfield, and what a great duality between Ross Henshin and Aiden Hinkle. You have the big bruiser back in Hinkle, and you have the smaller, faster back in Ross Henshin, who's able, Coach Fry was talking about this week in the Doug Fry Show, able to sit down nicely behind the lineman, and you can't see him, and then he bursts out through the hole. He's got great agility through the hole. So we'll have to see tonight if Ross Henshin shows it again.
We've got the color guard passing, so we will tune in to the color guard.
Please notice the POW MIA empty chair in the south end zone. This is a physical symbol of the thousands of American POW MIA still unaccounted for from all the wars and conflicts in the United States of America. Let us spare no effort for the release of any American.
Color Guard, of course, is brought to you by VFW Post 9289, proud sponsors of Rider Nation Station, American Legion Post 323, Veterans Helping Veterans, and the St. Mary's community.
We're 9:50 away from kickoff here as St. Mary's is not quite ready to come out onto the field, nor is Franklin. And Zach, we said that, this is obviously our game of interest, but there is another game of interest that we're going to be tuning into, and that's going to be Bellbrook versus Dayton Chaminade Julienne.
Yeah, what a matchup down there. Titans of the Dayton football scene. Bellbrook, we see their name up there in the top of the region every year. And, of course, Dayton Chaminade Julienne. Still remember playing them back in 2004 on our state run. What a hard-hitting team that was. I still remember getting hit by Brendan Harrison, I believe, or Benjamin Harrison, who went on to play at Michigan. And, wow, a lot of good athletes down there. And whoever we play next week, it's going to be a tough, tough game. I know you and I were talking before this started. No offense to either team, but we're rooting for Dayton Chaminade Julienne because they're a lower seed. So we'll be able to have the broadcast here at Grand Lake Health System Field next week if it's Chaminade Julienne. Otherwise, we're traveling to Bellbrook.
That's the beauty of the COVID 2020 season is that OHSAA is not renting out facilities after week one. They're just allowing whoever the higher seed is to be the host. If if Bellbrook happens to be the victor of that CJ Bellbrook game, then we're traveling, if we should win, to Bellbrook. And speaking of Bellbrook, Franklin played them earlier in the regular season year, and they got smoked by Bellbrook, 34-0. And Franklin is averaging 10.3 points per game, and that's with Sire Williams as their leading rusher. And I was a little amazed by this. I thought that he would have had a little more yardage in his runs, but he's at 371 total yards, 4 touchdowns through the regular season. It's anchored by a sophomore quarterback, Tressel Gibson. Tressel came in mid-season, replaced the initial starter. He's 12 of 29 for passing, 152 yards. He's thrown 1 touchdown, and he does have 3 interceptions. And that's one thing that we've seen that Franklin is prone to is turnovers.
Absolutely. I was watching some of the game film, and what a really up and down season for Franklin. Came out, beat Monroe 17-0. As you were talking about, lost to Bellbrook 34-0, and then came back the next week and beat Preble Shawnee 28-0. So definitely a potent offense. But as you mentioned, in the films, we saw a lot of fumbles and a lot of interceptions. So they're going to give the opportunity for the St. Mary's defense to improve that turnover ratio, as Doug Fry was talking about in one of the Doug Fry shows. That's a very important part of that defensive mindset of St. Mary's is to win that turnover ratio. And we know that Doug Fry offense can never survive if it fumbles or turns the ball over too much. So that's very important there as well.
Well, as we're waiting for the teams to come out, we'll go ahead and take a quick commercial break and be back for the national anthem.
TV everywhere.
TV everywhere?
That's right, everywhere. You can watch TV from your tablet, your phone, your laptop, any mobile device, anywhere you want.
Laundromat?
Yes.
Grocery store?
Yes.
Park?
Yes.
What if I wanted to watch TV at home?
All your favorite networks all the time. It's TV everywhere from TSC.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
St. Mary's American Legion Post 323. Veterans serving veterans, as well as veterans serving the St. Mary's community. You're always welcome to stop at the Post, especially on Football Friday nights to watch the live stream of Rough Rider football. Post 323, a true friend of veterans, St. Mary's, and Rider Nation Station.
American Manufacturing Solutions is proud to invest in St. Mary's and proud to sponsor Rough Rider football. Think AMS, think logistics, done right. AMS is your complete supply chain solutions provider. Have electrical service needs? AMS can take care of that too. Call us at 419-300-1007 or visit us at AmericanMFGSolutions.com.
All righty, St. Mary's is on that north goal line, and the Franklin Wildcats are just behind them on the track area, and we are getting ready for the national anthem.
Remove your hats. Led by Junior Field Commander Olivia Lutz, join the band in playing of our national anthem.
There was the national anthem directed by Junior Field Commander Olivia Lutz. Great job by the St. Mary's All Brass Band, directed by Mr. Riley Roby, assisted by Madeline Frankenhauser. Here come your Rough Riders, ladies and gentlemen. We are 2 minutes and 45 seconds away from kickoff. The Rough Riders will be receiving in the north end zone. Franklin obviously will be kicking off. Zach, St. Mary's comes in 5-2. Franklin 4-3. St. Mary's obviously with their wins over Bath, Wapak, Shawnee, Salina, and Greenville. They had their 2 losses back to Bath to OG, 20-27, and Van Wert 28-34. They come in scoring 29.1 points per game, but they're giving up 15.6 points per game.
Yeah, offensively, St. Mary's has struggled this year against some of the better teams. It just seems like we cannot get a rhythm going early on in those games. Hopefully that has been fixed after the past couple weeks. We've just seen an explosion of St. Mary's offense. Saw Gavin Reineke almost break a single-game passing record last week. Just fell short by 15 yards. Really was impressed with his confidence throwing the ball. And I hope that hopefully we won't have to use it tonight. We'll see if Coach Fry wants to take that weapon out of the bag.
And I think one of the main ideas that permitted that confidence was he was well protected last week, and great job to the offensive line for giving him the time to find his open receivers. He put on a passing clinic last week, and it was a lot of fun to see. So St. Mary's is peaking at the right time. You want to be peaking as you're getting toward the end of the regular season and into the playoff venture, and St. Mary's has done that, albeit, Greenville wasn't truly a great test, but, every Friday anybody can win a ball game, but St. Mary's came out very, very strong from the onset of that contest.
We've seen the offensive line just keep improving as the year's gone on, and with this St. Mary's offense, we had a lot of running backs that had a lot of experience. Even the quarterback, Gavin Reineke, had experience last year. You didn't have as much of an experienced line. You had some replacements up there, some guys that weren't 2 or 3 year starters, and we're seeing them improve offensively through the offensive line, and definitely showed dividends last week. Defensively, they've been strong all year, and we've seen them fix some of the issues with not giving up the big plays that unfortunately led to some of the losses against OG and Van Wert.
A couple housekeeping pieces. Last week we had a power outage right at halftime, and so we had to reset everything. It was a little bit of a mess for us. If something like that should happen, which we think we've got everything taken care of, if we do have a power outage, please back out of the stream if you see it go dead, and click on the new one that we will have. And again, I'm Doug Spencer, substituting for Joey Hurlbert, who is away on vacation. Joe, hopefully you're listening and having a good time wherever you are. and we are ready for playoff week number 2. Number 12, Isaiah Bales to kick off for the Wildcats. Kicks off, and Tanner Howell is going to, he touched it, goes through, and he...
Nope, said he didn't touch it.
Okay. A little bit of a break right there. That it was a little bit of a whiff for Tanner Howell. Otherwise, that would have been quite precarious for the Roughriders to start off this drive.
Close call there for Tanner Howell. Touch that ball. It's live going into the end zone. He went back to grab it, and fortunately the official back there said, nope, didn't touch it. Doesn't count. Now it's a touchback.
So with that touchback, the Riders are going to take over 1st down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Gavin Reineke receives a snap from Jacobs. Hands off to Hinkle. Hinkle gets through big time. He's going to be brought down to the 35 with a 15-yard gain. Just like that, Zach.
And if we were wondering if Coach Fry was going to come out in the spread shotgun like he joked about in the Doug Fry show, we knew better. He came out with a typical St. Mary's wing tee and ran the off tackle to the fullback.
Hands it back off to Hinkle again. Not quite the distance that he had on the first possession, but he's going to move the chains for a gain of about 3. Present 2nd down and 7.
On that first big run, excellent job on the right side. Morgan Seawer and Stosh Patterson have created a giant hole for Hinkle to run through. He did the rest in the secondary, making some nice moves and breaking some tackles.
Reineke sends Troglin in motion, hands back to Hinkle, who is tripped up pretty much at the line of scrimmage and does move the chains just a tad, presents 3rd down and 4. I just got a text message that Scott Anderson's watching from Columbus. I thought he was supposed to be down on the field videotaping for us. What's going on here?
We appreciate the viewers from everywhere, even when they ditch their duties for Rider Nation Station.
Reineke under Jacobs. Little misdirection to Wedding. Wedding dances a little bit, but he's stuck big time. My guess is going to be by, nope, not by number 23. That's going to be by number 4. Number 4, Gunnar Lakins. Gunnar Lakins. That's a big stick.
Yeah. Stepped right up into the hole, and now after that nice long 1st down play, and Rough Riders get stuffed 3 plays in a row and brings up a 4th and punting situation.
Here's Bowers. Bowers with a line drive, end over end. Gets a good Rough Rider bounce out of that, and it's going to eventually be downed. So that ball's still moving. Going to be around the 20-yard line where it's finally downed by the Rough Riders. Yeah, Zach, as you were just mentioning, coming out with it actually ended up being a 16-yard gain off the very first handoff to Aiden Hinkle, and then just kind of been stymied thereafter.
Yeah, you can see they were trying to force that Hinkle inside. Great success with it the first play. Tried it a couple more times. First time got stuffed. Second time it was kind of on Aiden. He tripped a little bit going through the hole there. Didn't really look like anybody tackled him well. I liked that call on 3rd down, a little counter. It almost caught him off guard. I think if number 4 wouldn't have stepped up so well, it could have been pretty successful.
Man in motion for Tressel Gibson. Gibson hands off to number 31, who's just bulldozing his way through the St. Mary's defense. Perhaps 21. Sire Williams. Sire Williams is the workhorse for the Franklin Wildcats and coached by Brad Childers.
And they've got that's 31 though, so I'm not sure if they've got a new running back in there, Abe Miggins.
So that presents 2nd down and 2 for Tressel Gibson. Sophomore quarterback, little misdirection, but right there, Stosh Patterson wraps him up, throws him down for a loss. Number 52, Stosh Patterson.
Doug, I was told that Sire Williams might be suspended the first quarter for this game, so looks like we may be seeing that Abe Miggins in there for running back.
Well, with that big-time defensive play by number 52, Stosh Patterson, that presents a 3rd down and 4 from the 20, just past the 25-yard line for the Wildcats. Gibson in the shotgun as he's been since the beginning of this drive. Takes a snap. Up, that's a Wildcat. Nope, it was to Gibson, and Gibson does a nice job waiting on his blockers, getting down the right sideline. and he's going to move the chains, as you can see here on the replay.
Yeah, thought for a second that the running back got the ball, but that just shows you the speed and athleticism of Gibson. Probably why they've put him back in at quarterback after starting the season with some Drew Isaacs.
Right, he was a replacement midway through, maybe gives a little more versatility, high snap, but Gibson gets it, and he's still on the loose. He's going to get about 9-yard gain. Boy, they're chewing up some serious yardage early on here, Zach.
You can tell that the Franklin Wildcats have probably looked at the Van Wert tape because we're seeing a lot of the similar plays. We're going to see the Franklin Wildcats tonight in a pistol formation out of shotgun or the regular formation, and they're definitely pushing the edges here of the St. Mary's defense. They know that they can't really run well up the middle. They're going to push it out to the sides.
Wide receiver was almost 2 yards offsides before he gets backed up. Handoff to number 31. We think that is Abe Miggins. Abe Miggins. He gets up the middle, and he's going to get enough to move the chains again. Nice drive being put together here by the Wildcats, led by quarterback Trussell Gibson.
Yeah, just needed a couple yards, and so they went with the inside run there. Pretty good job by Abe Miggins of dancing around enough to get that yard.
So we appreciate all of our sponsors. Most of them you'll see on commercials, but want to give a shout out to Grand Lake Health Systems for helping us out with this broadcast. Shotgun formation. Good to see the first pass, but I think we're going to get an encroachment call against the Roughriders. Take a look from the man in the white hat. So we give him an easy 5 off of that. And first penalty of the game, and that is a David Walbacher, attorney at law penalty. For all of your legal needs, see David Walbacher, attorney at law, 216-225-9181. Presents first down and 5 for Gibson. Long count. He fires right. Looks like the same play they were going to do with the defensive encroachment. A little bit high. Looks like it went through the hands of his intended target.
And that's Drew Isaacs out there at wide receiver. So it's good to see that quarterback that started the year is still in the starting lineup and able to try to contribute for Franklin as wide receiver.
Second down and 5 for the Wildcats. Defensive line for St. Mary's: Foltz, Patterson, Mabry, Giesecke. Giesecke, the leading tackler for St. Mary's with 45 tackles. Lots of pressure on the quarterback. See whether or not he can get in there. Jet sweep. Hand off to number 13. Nice tackle by Ty Keel. Does a nice job of bringing down number 13, Tyler Woods, the 5'9" senior. But once again, they're going to move the chains.
Yeah, definitely the Franklin coaches noticed that when they went in that specific formation, the St. Mary's left the entire left side of the defensive backfield open, and so they were able to run that quick jet sweep, and he was able to get the corner and get outside. Definitely seeing that Franklin has definitely come with a game plan that is working for them, and I'll be up to the St. Mary's defense and coaches and players to adjust for it.
Aiden Hinkle on the left side. Penalty again. We've got this David Walbacher, attorney at law penalty, is going to be illegal procedure against the Wildcats. So the 5 we'd given them earlier is going to be negated with the penalty here. Presents first down and 15 for the Wildcats. Also want to thank Charlie Nouse at CNC Loft and Lounge. Last week, we got a nice video footage of a Charlie burger. I still haven't finished that one, by the way. And thanks to Charlie. Stop in and see Charlie for the Charlie burger, the tenderloin, or some very tasty chili.
I can't say the same about the chili, Doug. I finished it in about 2 minutes. It was that good.
I don't think it took that long, Zach. Shotgun. Gibson, he's got pressure, and there's Hunter Fraley to bring him down. Boy, watch on this replay how quickly they get into the backfield here.
Hunter Fraley around the edge and right there, right now. Excellent job down the field, too, covering up all the wide receivers. Nowhere to go for it for Tressel Gibson. Look at this second down and distance, Doug.
Mark Huber's doing his job correctly on the scoreboard. It's going to be 2nd down and 25, and that's what the digital display says down with the chain gang, thanks to all the game help that it takes to put on an event like this. Got the chain gang, got all the people up in the press box, and doing a wonderful job. Tressel Gibson alone in the backfield finds number 13 for the reception, finally driven out of bounds by number 43, Brandon Paul. And again, that's number 13, Tyler Woods, the 5'9" senior. Beautiful pass by Gibson. He was in the backfield all alone, had some time this time, and he cuts into a little bit of that deficit of 3rd down and 25, or 2nd down and 25, now 3rd down and 15.
Tyler Woods, the senior, just 4 catches for the season, 13 yards. So already calling his name a couple times tonight, a little unusual, but must be a good job of covering everybody else.
This is a huge down for the Rough Rider defense. 3rd down and 15 from their own 40-yard line. Gibson, he's under pressure. He bounces off the middle, goes in to the left side, but brought down by Paul Wedding. Ty Keel is there. Good job of containment. Here you see on the replay, he's trying to get loose, but right there's Paul. Hits the initial hit, Wedding, and that's a huge play right there to keep it 4th down and 15.
That was set up by Fraley too, coming on the blitz, blowing it up right now. Wasn't able to make the sack initially, but was able to throw him off balance and set it up for his other boys.
Bales, the kicker, is also the punter. He's standing at the 46. He receives a good snap, and he puts it up in the air. It's wobbly, and St. Mary's going to let it go, and it's going to take a good Wildcat bounce down to about the 1-yard line.
Wow.
That's pretty spectacular there. And just as we thought maybe we would be in our deep end of our end zone for the kickoff, which we're fortunate not to be, we are now on the 1-yard line.
Yeah, really not the best punt. I don't know if that was, he was really, it seemed like he was kicking it as hard as he could, so it didn't really look intentional, but took an excellent Wildcat roll there. Coach Fry's not going to be happy about that. He's going to want his punt returners to step up and make the fair catch on that just for these type of reasons.
So 99 yards to go. Jacobs with the snap. Reineke turns, hands to Hinkle.
That's Ross Henson.
Ross Henson did check in fullback position that time. Gets tripped up. Gets a little bit of clearance for us, as I believe now we're going to be on the 4-yard line, presenting 2nd down and 7. A long 7. Handoff back to Henson. So we mentioned that he had a breakout game last year at Franklin for the playoff game. He's coming off his injuries that he had mid-season, and all of a sudden he's received 2 calls and has moved the change just a tad for St. Mary's, as it's now 3rd down and 4 from the Rough Riders 7-yard line.
Big 3rd down, because if you can get a 1st down here, you've got a little bit more breathing room to get something done.
Yes. Reineke turns, hands off to Troglin. Troglin taking his time, tries to turn the corner, but is brought down by number 76. Number 76, Caleb Barnhart.
It's going to be just short, and I think Coach Doug Fry was thinking about going for it there. I mean, it's unheard of to go for it on your own 10-yard line, but it's that close. It's inches from there.
And you got to give a shout-out to number 76, Caleb Barnhart, from bringing Troglin down before he's able to get to the yardsticks.
Yep.
Bowers punting from his end zone. Gets a big bounce. Probably going to go out about the 50-yard line. So
that's a big punt from the back of the end zone.
It is. A lot of pressure. You got to make the good on the snap, and you got to get the ball kicked away cleanly. Bowers does the job, and the Wildcats are going to take over on their 2nd possession from their 49-yard line.
Also bails out Coach Fry a little bit if anyone was thinking that he should have gone for it there. When you can throw a punt out like that, makes the field position look much better compared to sometimes you see from the back of the end zone that the punt gets shanked and you only get 10 or 20 yards further anyway.
Well, thanks to everybody tuning in tonight for Rough Rider football. Week 2 of the playoffs. St. Mary's 0, Franklin 0. And we're going to have a timeout. A lot of disorganization on the Franklin Wildcats. So with that timeout, we'll take time in for these commercials.
Need a little good news in your life? Well, here's the deal. State Farm has new lower car insurance rates in Ohio, so you can now get the service and convenience of State Farm agent Laura Yelton at an even better price. That's right. State Farm can help you save more cash and get the good neighbor service you deserve. It's the real deal for car insurance. State Farm agent Laura Yelton is ready to help you save in St. Mary's. Call Laura today at 419-394-4944. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're looking to renovate your home, former Rough Rider football standout Craig Hewer is your go-to man. Hewer Renovating is an all-phase residential specialist with over 40 years experience and an A-plus Better Business Bureau rating. Improve your investment by giving Hewer Renovating a call at 419-394-8643.
All righty, we're back here. Thanks for tuning into those commercials. Gibson hands the ball off. Number 23. Yes, number 23, Pierce Bowerly, bounces off one of his own players, brought down by 35, Tanner Howe and Dylan Giesige. That's the first time that the number 23, Pierce Bowerly, plays both sides of the ball and for Coach Childers. And
yeah, a little surprised to see that run. Tried to go up the middle, trying to keep St. Mary's defense honest. But like I said earlier on, they're not going to – I don't think they're going to have a lot of success up the middle. They're going to need to push the edges if they want to try to move the ball on this St. Mary's defense.
Gibson throws out quickly to number 13, who's become a target for him, Tyler Woods. Tyler gets some space and gets it to the 45-yard line of the Rough Riders.
But we have seen the Rough Rider flats and quick passes a vulnerable spot of this defense all year against OG and against Van Wert especially. Saw them try to take advantage of that. And so if you got a quarterback like Franklin does and you got the receivers that can make the catches, they're going to try to push that. But still, we're able to stop them for a 3rd and 5 now.
Gibson, Bowerly to his right. Check that, Bowerly directly behind him. That was a little trickery right there, and it worked, or a busted play. I'd like to see that again. It appeared that Bowerly really didn't know what the play was. And all of a sudden, we thought Bowerly had the ball, and then Gibson wisely takes off and gets down to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Bowerly or Gibson ran the wrong play, and somehow it worked out for Franklin. Not a great job by the St. Mary's defense. They had too many people standing around there. Nobody wanted to make the tackle for some reason. I guess credit to Gibson for able to make something out of nothing.
He's well poised. Sophomore took over midway through and has done a lot of nice things so far. He takes the direct snap. He's running. Gets hit by Wedding. Howe. Ball is going to stay in bounds and going to be 2nd down and 4. And we're getting ready for the conclusion of this first quarter of action, which has been a very rapid-paced first quarter of action.
Unbelievable. That was a quick quarter.
So with the end of the first quarter, we're going to get ready for the Big Ralph Rider replay. Big Ralph Rider replay brought to you by Guarneri's Pizzeria and Pub, home of the signature Big Ralph sub, pizza, and calzone. Give them a call at 419-394-2244.
Emmerling wants to throw it. Throws it out this way. It's intercepted. There he goes. Mike Elston. Mike Elston is at the 40, the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, no flag. The 10. That's a touchdown. Elston. Elston. Defense. They're going nuts on the far side of the field. Mike Elston. 85 yards, right? 85 yards for the touchdown. The St. Mary's Rough Riders lead it 13-3.
Woo.
Remember it like it was yesterday. Probably one of the most pivotal plays of Rough Rider history right there. I think that was Uniontown Lake that we were playing.
I thought it might have been Columbus DeSales, St. Francis DeSales. But
I think I'm going to go with Uniontown, but somebody can correct us on the chat. But that was a huge play, 85-yard interception for a touchdown, and the opposing team in the state championship was getting ready to score. So Mike Elston with that interception. We're back to live action here, and we got a penalty come in late as Gibson dives across the first down marker. See what we're going to have on this David Walbacher attorney at law penalty. It came late.
Saw a lot of pushing down the field after the whistles. Caught it on defense number 6, and we can see it there at the top of the play on that replay. Ethan Wedding wasn't that aggressive, but was after the whistle, was continuing to be blocked and sort of threw the guy. Classic case of the second guy always gets the flag.
Yep, I missed it all times when I was looking for it. Gibson in the shotgun. Hands off to 21. There is Sire Williams. And, Zach, the intel that you got must have been spot-on intel, as he did not take a snap the entire first quarter of action. And quickly in the second quarter, he's receiving the handoff and getting a small gain.
Yeah, Sire Williams, we should remember that name from last year in the playoffs. Returning running back, also the leading running back, 371 yards on the year on 86 attempts. As you said, a little surprising there's not more yardage with some of the scores that they've been putting up.
And Tressel Gibson, he's a little bit elusive, and he does a nice job springing forward and diving for those extra yards, and they're in the hurry up right now. 10.
Trying to catch St. Mary's off balance.
Bad snap. Gibson's able to pick it up, and he's immediately stopped by the Roughriders front line. And got to give you credit. And Dom, thanks for setting me straight and affirming that Zach was right. Dominic Guarneri said it was Columbus DeSales, and he won't ever forget that one.
The only reason I remember so much is Coach Fry would have that particular series of plays playing in the locker room at the old high school before almost every single game. So that was our warm-up, was watching that state championship game.
So we've got a field goal attempt coming up for number 12, Isaiah Bales. Number 14, Drew Isaacs, is going to be the holder. It's 4th down and goal from the 2. Childers elects for the field goal, puts it up, and no good. That went wide right. Wide right for number 12, Isaiah Bales. So the previous possession, we started from the 1. I believe we're going to start from the 2 here.
And, of course, we were talking about last year, the defense having some great stands inside the 10-yard line. Another one there, not quite the same, not a turnover on downs, but on a field goal.
So high school rule, miss field goal, you're going to go to the 20-yard line. There's a rule of the game topic that I've forgotten about.
Yeah.
And so another break for the Roughriders. No points for Franklin, and they're not starting from the 2-yard line. Reineke looking things over. Henkel to Troglin. Troglin puts his shoulder down. He's met by a host of Wildcat defenders. Number 7, Dylan Troglin.
See St. Mary's come out in the double tight end formation, pretty much as much of a rushing looking formation that you can get. Usually what you're doing with that is you think that the defense is somehow king on one of your formations and they're loading one side or the other. They're knowing which plays are coming. So you come out in a double tight end set like that because they don't know where to line up. It could go to either side.
Full back house, hands off to Wedding. Wedding trying to make something happen, gets through. First contact is by number 73, Garvin Adams. But Ethan Wedding's able to get a nice little gain there.
Good hard run because it didn't look like he had much when he hit the line.
It did not, and presents a 3rd down and 2. You see on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard, they are your complete supply chain solution provider for logistics and warehousing, thanks to American Manufacturing Solutions. We've got a guy wide open right in front of, see if they see it, and we're going to get an illegal procedure out of it. Everybody on the St. Mary's side saw it, and we're number 8, Brandon Bowers, had nobody covering him. The coaching staff was getting Reineke's attention. Meanwhile, we've got an illegal procedure call against Bowers, which is going to move us backwards. So instead of 3rd and 2, we're now looking at 3rd and 7.
Reineke saw it. Reineke, did a motion out to Bowers, said, "Hey, pay attention here. I'm gonna change the play. I'm gonna throw it right to you." Unfortunately, Bowers got, I think, so excited about what was coming that he jumped early.
Reineke looking to throw back. He's got a nice pass to Troglin, who's at the 40. Gets to midfield. Number 27 tackles him at the 41-yard line. Beautiful pass thrown by Gavin Reineke. Throws a dart to Dylan Troglin. Troglin with nice running maneuverability and gets the Rough Riders into the Franklin territory.
We've seen that play a couple times this year where I had pointed out, man, that throwback is wide open if they look for that running back coming out on the side. Glad the coaches saw that because that was a great play.
Handoff to Hal. Hal dancing around is going to be driven out of bounds by number 13, Tyler Woods. Seeing Woods playing both sides of the ball.
We always hear Coach Fry talk in the game about how much of just classic football players the Hal boys have been, and Tanner Howell's no different. When he's running through there and coming towards the sidelines, he's not thinking about going out of bounds. He's putting his shoulder down and delivering a hit on the defender.
Bellbrook is leading 14-0 over CJ already. Henkel gets the call, gets hit, dives for an extra 2 with a couple people on his legs, and that's good enough to move the chains for a Rough Rider first down.
Rough Riders just going no huddle here, speeding things up. Coach Fry likes to do that when he thinks he's got the defense on their heels. Keep it going.
He's got it moving. Thanks for a few corrections here. It's people are listening when you make a mistake like me saying Uniontown Lake, and yep, it was definitely Columbus DeSales, and it's obviously or evidently pronounced Coach Childers instead of Childers. So make that correction for us. Reineke hands the ball off to Henkel. Henkel gets hit quickly, but a nice job of maintaining his position to continue going forward and staying on one leg and then diving to get some extra yardage.
Yeah, what's nice is he's so big and he's got that momentum pulling forward that even though he wasn't really running still, he still fell forward for another 2 or 3 yards.
Early on in the season, we had people showing us where they were watching the games from. I wonder if Gottschalk still is watching from the middle of Grand Lake St. Mary's on a pontoon boat. But Greg Adams just showed me that he's watching from the campgrounds, got everything set up right in front of his camper.
Well, it's not too cold yet. There's no ice on the lake, so it might be a little chilly, but I think St. Mary's people are pretty resourceful.
Long count, almost a little bit of movement on our part, not called. It's going to be short of the first down marker, which is just past the 20-yard line. I think we're going to be stuck right on the 20-yard line and present 4th down and 1.
No question Coach Fry is going to go for this. It's just 4th down territory.
The question is, whose number is getting called, quarterback keeper, or are we going to see Henkel?
Yeah. I think we'll probably see QB sneak. Franklin runs a even set, so sometimes the center is left open. They do have a 5th lineman in there, though, covering up that middle.
Reineke, and that's going to pull us backwards as we're going to be tagged with another David Wabacher penalty, marching us backwards. 4th and goal, and we get called for an illegal procedure. Mental mistakes again for the Rough Riders, causing some serious self-inflicted harm. 4th down and 6.
It's an interesting play call there, too, as they were running it. It was not an inside run by Henkel, not a QB sneak. It was either a sweep to Tanner Howe or it was an off tackle to the left side by Henkel. Now it's going to be a completely different play, being 4th and 6.
Reineke. He's looking. He's got a man wide open. Throws it to. You can hear the moans and the groans as number 40, Devin Shannon, has the ball go in and out of his hands. As you see here on the replay, wide open, just cannot pull it in. Hits the shoulder pads, bounces off, and that's going to be turned over on downs. But you can't be 4th down and 1 and march back 5 yards because of an illegal procedure call.
I also choose to see the good there, which was that great protection from to Gavin Reineke, and we are seeing a confidence in this passing game from St. Mary's that we haven't seen in a lot of seasons. We are seeing people wide open, and Gavin's putting the ball on the money. That's going to help us later in this game and probably into the playoffs if we can pull this win off.
Man in motion for Gibson. Hands it off to number 21, Sire Williams. Tackled, initially hit by number 35, Tanner Howe. Helped out by number 2, Dylan Giesecke. Ty Keel there as well. Give a shout out to my grandnephew, almost 3 years old, taking in his first Rough Rider Nation Station broadcast. Kipton, thanks for checking in. First down and 10 for the Wildcats. They've got a nice running attack, Zach.
Absolutely. They're very good at pushing the corners, pushing the edges of the rushing game through different type of formations and runs. We see right here another sort of jet sweep style. We've seen before that they've just kind of done a little handoff to the outside. We've seen the quarterback keep to the outside. They're finding different ways to put the St. Mary's defense in a position where they can't guard against that off the edge type of running.
So Sire Williams with that run and hit initially by number 29, Hunter Fraley for the Rough Riders. Second down and 9. The American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard 0-0. See them for any of your electrical needs. Gibson, hands off. Nope, he pulls it back. Going to find his intended target, Woods. Really not going to get a gain of much on that. Actually, I think they called incomplete.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so they did move it to the 41.
So was complete for about 6 inches, maybe a yard.
Presents to us third down and 8. Gibson. Williams a step in front of him on the right side, as you can see in your picture. Rolls to his left. He's under pressure. He's going to be brought down.
Almost a sack.
Good outside pressure to bring him back inside where Fraley was being in on him.
Yeah, Stash Patterson there on the outside.
And then it brings him into Hunter Fraley, and there's a host of Rough Rider defenders to thwart any third down opportunity for the Wildcats, which presents to them 4th down and 6 and another punting situation for number 12, Isaiah Bales. Bales plenty of time. It's kicked high. It's flipping over, but not a real solid punt. It's going to go out of bounds about the 38, 39-yard line of St. Mary's. It's time for the Rough Riders to put an extended drive together and see if they can find pay dirt with 3:26 to go in this first half of action here at Grand Lake Health System Field. We'd love to thank Grand Lake Health Systems for their support of Rider Nation Station, as well as CNC Loft and Lounge. We greatly appreciate it, as well as all of our other sponsors who you'll see throughout this broadcast in their commercials. Handoff.
Tanner Howe.
Tanner trying to get outside, but nice open field tackle by number 15, Ethan Atkins, for Coach Brad Childers' Wildcats.
Just a sophomore stepping up and making the surefire tackle there.
That was textbook tackling by number 15, Ethan Atkins. Second down and 11. The American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard 0-0. See American Manufacturing Solution for all of your electrical needs. Reineke looking to pass. Batted down. No, not batted down.
Batted up.
Batted up and away. I've really never seen that. Watch here as
see who got a hand on it. Ooh, we got slow motion now.
3, nice.
Appreciate
number
that.
3,
Heath Lakes.
as he's being blocked, gets his hand on it and bats it back towards the defense for a possibility of a INT. Fortunately for the Riders, hits the ground.
Yeah,
and it presents third down and 11 for them.
That's Ethan Adkins. almost making that interception, almost 2 big plays in a row there for Mr. Atkins. Interesting to see if the Rough Riders can get something going here on 3rd down and long.
Fake the pitch to Hinkle. They're going to come back to Wedding, but that ball is definitely batted down. That one was sniffed out and is going to present a punting situation for Bowers with 2:40 to go.
Watching on this replay, Doug, it's too bad because if he was able to get the ball over here to Ethan Wedding, there was nobody in front of the offensive line on that screen pass. He was running at least 15, 20 yards before a Wildcat was getting him.
There's a snap. There's the punt. A beautiful high spiraling punt. Woods gets it on the 18-yard line. He's dancing around, finally brought down by Howell and Giesecke. What a beautiful, beautiful punt by number 8, Brandon Bowers. It's been a game of punts.
Yeah.
Play some defense. Although the Wildcats have done a very nice job of moving the ball, but the Rider defense has stepped up when needed to get them to punt. And the offense for the Rough Riders is kind of stymied a little bit. They've had to punt every opportunity. And on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard, it reads 0-0 with 2:28 to go in this first half of action. They are your complete supply chain solutions provider for logistics and warehousing, and see them for all of your electrical services needs.
Yeah, Doug, so far, not a lot of Shaft Auto Sales video highlights. Just a couple there in their first quarter, but nothing like last week.
Quick pass out to number 6. It was in his hands, but he was looking to see who was there to defend against him. So number 6, Reagan Brown, drops the ball. 2nd down and 10 for the Wildcats.
Well, I've said it all year. I'm afraid to say it without knocking on wood, but just St. Mary's needs to not give up a big play here with 2 minutes left in the second quarter. Need to just play some firm defense, but defense that doesn't allow anything over the top.
Speaking of the Shaft highlights, I think it was last year after the Franklin game when we really pushed out the highlight reel, and that thing went to like 6,000 views in a heartbeat. So that's where it all got started, and thanks to Shaft Auto Sales for coming up with the sponsorship for that this year. Gibson with a nice strike to number 14, Drew Isaacs, for a catch that's good enough to move the chains with 2:17 to go in this half.
St. Mary's defense is playing a little deeper, trying not to give up that play, but I'd like to see those outside DBs still play close enough that they're not just going to give up an easy 10-yard out either.
Trussell Gibson getting commands from the sidelines. Takes a shotgun snap, throws out to number 13, Woods. Woods gets a nice block, but there's going to be a penalty. Boy, I thought number 40 did a nice job with a pancake block on Ty Keel, but I think he's going to get called for some sort of infraction.
I'll tell you,
this David Walbacher attorney at law penalty.
Watching it here on the replay, Doug, he got his arms up underneath the shoulder pad, and the shoulder pad was pushed up a little bit. Watching it here on Ty Keel, you can see he had a little bit of a hold there around Ty Keel's neck, and when it's right there in front of the official on that play, they're going to usually call that when they can see the hand actually holding something.
A break for St. Mary's on that infraction by the Wildcats. And the beautiful thing for us, we're going to ask Mark Sisko. When I say we're, you're going to ask Mark Sisko about that next week, and we'll get his interpretation of what the referee actually saw there.
How many shows do we have last season, Doug? 11, 12 different shows maybe?
Yep.
And it's amazing that every week we find something new to talk about.
That's trouble in open field. Williams with the pass reception, and he's down to the 40, spinning around, driven backwards by number 29, Hunter Fraley. However, that's after about a 30-plus yard gain. Sire Williams, as you see here in the replay, just going to step out a little bit, quick throw to him, miss the open field tackle, and he's off to the races past the 50 to the 40. And then finally he's going to be brought down by Haley going back, Hunter Fraley going backwards, and the Wildcats are ready to snap again. Gibson in a shotgun, lone backfield. He fires. I'll tell you what, that was a rifle because Williams went through his hands, and that ball went about another 7 yards in the air with the potential of an INT. Falls short on the Rough Rider defense.
Yeah, that's the problem with playing kind of more of a prevent defense. We saw the last play there. It's easier to put somebody like Sire Williams out there as a running back, throw it out to him quick, puts your running back out there in the open with only one guy to beat, and he's fast enough and got the moves to make a few people miss and get it way down the field. Honestly, pretty lucky that St. Mary's was able to stop them where they were, or fortunate maybe.
Gibson. It's got pressure by Fultz trying to get around, but there is a trio of Rough Rider hungry defenders that wanted a quarterback sack, and they found it. Let's see who's all involved in that. There's Fultz chasing him out, stepping up, Fraley, and Stosh Patterson, Giesige, and Fultz. We've got a timeout on the field. We're going to go ahead and take a time in for these commercials. We'll be back right after this.
Need a little good news in your life? Well, here's the deal. State Farm has new lower car insurance rates in Ohio, so you can now get the service and convenience of State Farm agent Laura Yelton at an even better price. That's right, State Farm can help you save more cash and get the good neighbor service you deserve. It's the real deal for car insurance. State Farm agent Laura Yelton is ready to help you save in St. Mary's. Call Laura today at 419-394-4944. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
If you're looking to renovate your home, former Rough Rider football standout Craig Hewart is your go-to man. Hewart Renovating is an all-phase residential specialist with over 40 years experience and an A-plus Better Business Bureau rating. Improve your investment by giving Hewart Renovating a call at 419-394-8643.
All righty, back here. One tick of the clock was put back on from 104 to 105. I'm Doug Spencer alongside me, Zach Farrell. I'm stepping in tonight for Joe Hurlbert, who's taken a week off to get a little bit of a respite from all the games that he's been broadcasting. There's Gibson. He has time, but now it's collapsing on him, and he's got open field as we've got a lot of tackles, but there's a penalty on the play. This one may be coming back because he's going to get to the end zone, but we do have a David Walbacher penalty. That can be the only good fortune is that this gets brought back because he made the defense look a little silly in this particular play.
Flag thrown right in the middle of the line there. Oh, that's where it was.
What did you see?
It was either a block in the back or it was a blindside block there. One of the guys just absolutely blindside block, personal foul.
Good call, Zach, and quite fortuitous for the Rough Riders. I'm impressed by number 2, Tressel Gibson. He is a 5'11", 180-pound sophomore. He did not start the year as the quarterback. He came in midway, and evidently we see why. So instead of the Wildcats having 6 points upon the feet of Tressel Gibson, they are now 3rd and 28 from their 43-yard line. Huge for the Rough Rider D. Snap back to Gibson. It's getting collapsed on again. And there's Stosh Patterson. There's Trace Mabry. And I believe Stosh Patterson is there as well. Take a look at this replay.
Ethan Wedding, nice job of coming in there on the blitz.
There's Mabry getting his arms wrapped around him, bringing him down with the help of some others. And again, the Wildcats were able to move the ball, but they're back in a familiar formation, the punt, with 20 ticks of the clock in this half.
Yeah, a little bit like early St. Mary's this year, driving the ball down the field and then a penalty or a turnover or a fumble holding us back. Fortunately for St. Mary's, that's what has happened here to Franklin. That's a tough call there, especially when it turns into a touchdown, but credit the official.
We got a timeout, so we're going to go ahead and take a time in for some more sponsors commercials.
Do you find yourself faced with injustice or confronted with a legal matter that you need help resolving? If so, call attorney David Walbacher at 216-225-9181. That's attorney David Walbacher for all your legal needs.
All-Glaze Equipment Rental is your source for all your equipment needs. Whether you're a contractor or a homeowner with a project, we can help get the job done more efficiently. Check us out at 1900 Salina Road or auglazeequipmentrental.com or just call 419-394-7883. Auglaze Equipment Rental.
We were just talking about what do you do here with 2.9 seconds to go in the half, 0-0 score on American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. And one of our big Ralph Rider replay big memories was against Shawnee at the end of the game, but they're back on their goal line when they were doing their punt. And they went ahead to punt it, and it got blocked. We fell on it, and we won. What a great memory for Rough Rider fans on that particular night.
2003.
2003. And we'll see what Coach Childers is going to do with 2.9 seconds.
Looks like he's electing to send his offense out instead.
Yep, no punt team.
Either going to go for it.
They're just going to snap it and knee it. Nope. They're just going to go straight ahead. And Gibson brought down, I believe, initially by Giesecke. So there we have it. 2 quarters of action in the books at Grand Lake Health System Field. The American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard reads St. Mary's 0, Franklin 0. So we're going to go ahead and take commercial breaks, and we'll come back with some statistics, and we're able to show you Script Writer once again, so we'll do that and more when we come back right after this.
Vogel's Bake Shop, making thousands of fresh donuts daily, open 7 days a week with stores in St. Mary's, Salina, and Walpock. Also now found in Wagner's IGA in New Bremen, Minster, and Fort Laramie.
Here at TLC, we expanded our business, so we wanted the security of knowing exactly where all the kids are and what's going on in each of the rooms. We chose Fowler's because we've done all our televisions with them, and they mentioned they have security systems. So we just wanted to go out and look at it, and they were very upfront, and they do excellent work from start to finish. And so we chose Fowler's TV. It's been great for us here at TLC Learning Center, and Fowler's TV would be great for anyone.
Dogs R Us Styling Boutique at 515 Clinton Street in St. Mary's. We are your full-service grooming, boarding, and daycare facility to meet all your dog's needs. Call us today at 419-300-3647 because you're busy and we love the company.
At Schaff Auto Sales, we always have a large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles with prices right to fit all budgets. So before you buy, give us a try. See Aaron High, the car guy.
All righty, we're back, and looks like the band is not going to do Script Writers. Looks like they're breaking stride from what they typically do in the playoff time, and they're going to do a rock and roll show. So we're going to talk a little bit about the first half, and then wait for some statistics to come to us and get a lot of commercial breaks in. Is that first half flew by, Zach?
It was unbelievable.
A blink of an eye, and it's halftime, and the score 0-0 and a lot of punting.
Yeah. I can tell you why it flew by. There's Gavin Reinecke has 4 pass attempts. Tressel Gibson has 8 pass attempts. It was rushing back and forth from both sides. And it was we saw both sides also go into sort of a hurry-up type of rush, and they didn't really get back into any huddles. They didn't really slow the ball down too much. Only a couple penalties. So very, very quick first half there.
And that was with 2 timeouts taken as well.
Right.
So, that really flew by. So here we are at Grand Lake Health System Field. In your picture, you can see the St. Mary's All Brass Band under the direction of Riley Roby partaking in their halftime show. The beautiful thing for the marching band with us being able to host 2 games is they've got 2 extra opportunities to be able to perform. Otherwise, it just would have been the 3 if we were a lower seed. And so, this helps with the band being able to get extra performances in and working on the marching band side of things.
Yeah, it's not just for our own convenience, is it? It's and the school, of course, with an abbreviated season, a lot of people don't realize, or maybe they do, but the football team and these games make a lot of the athletic department budget up through the attendance and through the concessions. And so these extra games are able to recoup a little bit of that. And, it's exciting to see SMAB here still playing. A little disappointing that the visitor teams can't have their bands. It's always kind of neat to get that back and forth with the bands. But, of course, it's 2020, so we're just glad that we're able to play and that the bands are able to participate as they are.
I saw something earlier that said, in 2020, I was expecting to get things I've always wanted, but now I'm just happy to have the things that I have.
Absolutely.
And, I think that's how it is with sports at this juncture in the fall, and looking as to what's going to transpire for the winter sports, and hope that we're going to have swimming and basketball and wrestling, and hopefully Rider Nation Station will be able to bring a few of those contests to you as we move on and see what our schedule is like for 2020. We're going to go ahead and take a commercial break, come back, and Zach's going to talk to us a little bit about the statistics of the first half here from Grand Lake Health System Field. We'll be back right after this.
For all your sporting good needs, visit Albert Sporting Goods at 121 West Spring Street, serving the St. Mary's community since 1980.
Varsity Lanes, home of the Roughriders 2018-19 Boys and Girls State Bowling Champions. Striking up delicious food, 32 taps, Queen of Hearts, and nightly food and drink specials with a great family atmosphere. Carry out is available. Stop in and see us after the game. Go Riders! Unique Awards and Signs, here to take care of your signage, graphic award, and gift customization needs. From banners for your graduate or corporate sponsors to awards recognizing those dedicated employees or champion sport teams. Stop in at 1865 Salina Road or call us at 419-394-1612.
Rider Rooters is proud to be a sponsor for tonight's game on Rider Nation Station. Rider Rooters supports all Memorial High School athletics as the official booster group of Memorial High School. They have been providing financial support to Rough Rider sports for over 40 years. Thanks to the Rough Rider community for all your support. Let Prudential Advisors help you tackle your financial challenges. Call Denny Louth, Financial Advisory, and Kelsey Burke, Financial Planner, at 419-394-8879.
Buffalo Wild Wings in St. Mary's, proud to support Rough Rider athletics and the Memorial student athletes. Join Buffalo Wild Wings for each Rough Riders football game, streamed on Rider Nation Station. Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, drinks, sports.
All righty, welcome back to Grand Lake Health System Field, where the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard shows no touchdowns whatsoever in this first half of action. So that's my scoring recap for you, Zach. So I'm going to send it over to you for statistics of the first half.
Yeah, no points. The best opportunity came on a Franklin field goal from the 1 or 2 yard line. And fortunately for St. Mary's, went wide right. Looking at the stats here, when I was looking earlier in the second quarter, they were a lot closer. Franklin really got a lot of yards and first downs on that final drive. First downs now, St. Mary's only with 3 first downs, Franklin with 9. Total yards, St. Mary's with 94, Franklin with 144. Passing, St. Mary's has 4 attempts, 1 completion. Franklin has 8 attempts and 5 completions. Passing net yards, 36 for St. Mary's, 64 for Franklin. Rushing attempts, 15 attempts for 58 yards at St. Mary's. And for Franklin, 21 attempts for 80 yards. Haven't been a game this season, Doug, that I think that the other team has had more rushing attempts than us. So that's a interesting to see
statistic there, yes.
See if that sticks. Penalties, a little bit more than I remembered. St. Mary's had 4 penalties for 25 yards. I guess we had a couple of those illegal procedures there that really hurt them on their drives. 4th and 1 that turned into 4th and 6.
That's brutal.
Franklin, 3 penalties for 30 yards. A little bit more brutal there on that blindside block.
Yes.
Turning back that long touchdown run, excellent run by Tressel Gibson. St. Mary's really bailed out on that and definitely needs to be looking at that in the second half as something to improve on, stopping him. Although it wasn't for lack of people around him, he was just that elusive on that run. Third down conversions, St. Mary's was 1 for 5, Franklin 2 for 6. Punts, 3 punts for 125 yards. Franklin, 2 punts for 58 yards. Average drive start tells an interesting tale. St. Mary's average drive start was their 19.8 yard line. Franklin's was not much better, 31.8 yard line. Both teams, and that's why we have 0 points tonight, needing a lot of yards to get down the field and just not able to do it. Time of possession, St. Mary's 8 minutes and 57 seconds to Franklin's 15 minutes and 3 seconds. Looking at some of the individual stats, Gavin Reinecke 1 for 4 for 36 yards passing. I expect that we'll see a little bit more of him passing in the second quarter or second half of the game, as we saw him nearly have 2 very long passes there in the first and just out of the hands of Devin Shannon. Rushing, St. Mary's, Aiden Hinkle, 7 rushes for 34 yards. As long as it was that 16-yard scamper to start the game, and haven't seen much from him yet since then. Tanner Howe, 2 rushes for 7 yards. Dylan Troglin, 2 rushes for 6 yards. Receiving for St. Mary's, Dylan Troglin with the only catch, but that was a 36-yard gain. For Franklin, Tressel Gibson, 5 completions on 8 attempts for 64 yards. How about rushing? Tressel Gibson, 13 rushes for 47 yards. 15 yards was his longest, thankfully, for that really long one getting called back. Sire Williams, 3 rushes for 18 yards. Man, he looks strong when he's running the ball, so I think we're going to hear his number called a lot more. Abe Miggins, serviceable there in the first half, 3 rushes for 9 yards. Receiving for St. Mary's, receiving for Franklin, Tyler Woods, 3 catches for 18 yards. Sire Williams, 1 catch for 36 yards. And Drew Isaacs, 1 catch for 10 yards. So not a whole lot of yardage, and obviously that's why we have no points on the board, but a little bit of a little bit stronger first half statistically for Franklin, as we saw them unable to take advantage of those yardage and marching down the field. And hopefully for the Rough Rider fans out there, we see an improvement on the St. Mary's side of this in the second half.
All righty, there are your statistics, and want to thank Hewer Renovating for being a great supporter of Rider Nation Station, being a great supporter of the halftime and post-game statistics. Also need the halftime show.
Also need to thank Andy Ramel and Carol Brown for delivering us these statistics every week. It's so nice to have them right here next to us. We don't have to have it for ourselves.
All righty. We're going to go ahead and take a commercial break, and we'll be back to bring you the second half of action here from Grand Lake Health System Field.
Miller Funeral Home has been serving the Rough Rider community in its time of need since the 70s. Our business is a family affair, dedicated to serving families with integrity, dignity, and compassion. Miller Funeral Home, proud to be a supporter of the Rough Rider community.
Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success, and supporter of the Rider Nation and St. Mary's community.
Fellowship of Christian Athletes is a middle school and high school club looking to spread God's love throughout numerous schools and communities of our local area. FCA's favorite play of the game is both teams joining together in prayer at the conclusion of the game. God bless you, sports fans.
VFW 9289's mission is to honor all veterans, past, present, and future. Come on out on Football Friday nights to watch the live stream of Rough Rider football. VFW 9289, a proud sponsor of Rider Nation Station.
Miller's Detailing Service LLC offers all your detailing and window tinting needs, from 1, 2, and 5-year ceramic coatings to basic detailing. We have a full line of ceramic tint with a lifetime warranty. Call or text Braid Miller at 419-953-2796 or message us on Facebook at Miller's Detailing and Service LLC.
Hometown Locker Room Pizza and Subs would like to congratulate all our local sports teams. We invite you in before or after the games for pizza, subs, wings, and our half-pound Black Angus specialty burgers, along with our appetizers. Make sure you sign up for our Locker Room rewards and start earning free food today. Dine in, carry out, or have delivered. Thank you for your business. Check us out, Hometown Locker Room.
Great news, St. Mary's tailgaters. The virtual 5K run and fun walk registration has been extended to the day of the race. It is now only $20, no t-shirt included. Don't miss out on this great opportunity on October 17th in Memorial Park. So many fun things to do. Check us out on www.tailgateforcancer.com. Together, we will win.
Hey, it's
Tracy. And Amy, there's finally something to celebrate in 2020. It's Effie's Boutique Customer Appreciation and 5-year anniversary celebration. Effie's in downtown St. Mary's is the place for clothing, shoes, scarves, jewelry, gift cards, and home decor. Come to Effie's on Saturday, October 24th, starting at 9, and receive a free swag bag with a $50 purchase while supplies last. Register for giveaways and check out the special deal. It's Effie's Boutique 5-year anniversary celebration. Saturday, October 24th from 9 to 4. Come and see us.
All righty, sports fans here at Grand Lake Health System Field, we got a little bit more than football. We've got the trombone section putting on a show for the Rough Rider faithful who are able to attend. So take a look and a listen. Zach, they're putting blindfolds on here.
Oh, my gosh. Doug, I'm on the edge of my seat. Oh, boy.
Degree of difficulty's got to be like a 100 on this one.
I was in SMAB my freshman year, Doug.
Oh,
a blast.
This is spectacular.
I don't know if we need the second half, but we can just do this for 30 minutes, and I'd be happy watching that.
Congrats to the trombone section for putting on a nice little show there for the Rough Rider faithful. And then I think the drum line also has something in store for the fans as well. We'll see whether or not we've got that.
What a great way to adapt to the face masks. I was thinking before the game, as it keeps getting colder, these face masks are going to get easier and easier to wear.
Yeah, exactly.
We're used to them anyway, but yeah, I might have to switch from to a thicker face mask if we are traveling down to Bellbrook and it's a little colder.
Let's take a listen to the drum line. Cheerleaders in the background enjoying the drum line music and
a little wipeout.
Great job for the St. Mary's All Brass Band. We've seen a little bit of something from the trombone section and the drum line. We've got 2 minutes to go, so we're going to go ahead and run through some more commercials and bring you back this second half of action here from Grand Lake Health System Field right after this.
TV everywhere.
TV everywhere?
That's right, everywhere. You can watch TV from your tablet, your phone, your laptop, any mobile device, anywhere you want.
Laundromat?
Yes.
Grocery store?
Yes.
Park?
Yes.
What if I wanted to watch TV at home?
All your favorite networks all the time. It's TV everywhere from TSC.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
St. Mary's American Legion Post 323. Veterans serving veterans, as well as veterans serving the St. Mary's community. You're always welcome to stop at the Post, especially on Football Friday nights to watch the live stream of Rough Rider football. Post 323, a true friend of veterans, St. Mary's, and Rider Nation Station.
All righty, we're back here at Grand Lake Health System Field. Love to thank our sponsors, Telephone Service Company, AMS, You Were Renovating, who sponsors that halftime show, halftime stats, post-game. David Wabacher, attorney at law, Glen Aries. Lori Yelton State Farm. Lori Yelton State Farm sponsors the kickoff. Be a legend, insure your life. State Farm Insurance. Laura Yelton, St. Mary's, Ohio, on downtown Spring Street. Auglaze Equipment Rental, St. Mary's Foundry, Vogel's Bake Shop, Albert Sporting Goods, Varsity Lanes, Unique Award and Signs, the Rider Rooters, Denny Louth and Kelsey Burke, Prudential Financial Services, B-Dubs, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Minster Bank, Fowler's TV, Miller Detailing, Miller Funeral Home, CNC Loft and Lounge, VFW Post 9289, American Legion Post 323, CNC Loft and Lounge, Grand Lake Health System Field, and new for the playoffs, Dogs R Us, Hometown Locker Room, and Effie's. You saw Effie's commercial there. They're celebrating their 5-year anniversary, downtown St. Mary's. Again, thanks to Dogs R Us, Hometown Locker Rooms, and Effie's. The numbers have finally went down to 0 on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. 12 minutes put back up. This kickoff brought to you by Laura Yelton State Farm Insurance. Be a legend, insure your life. Spencer Choglin. He boots it away. It's going to be fielded on the 7-yard line by Williams. He's to the 25. He spins.
Strong running there.
He's very strong runner. He's fast. He's courageous. Watch this spin move on the replay. Nothing there, spin back, but right there is Dylan Troglin to bring him down. Thanks, everybody, for checking into the contest tonight. Know that we've got a lot of fans that are checking in from Franklin that couldn't make the game, and we're glad that we're able to help you watch the Franklin Wildcats tonight. And we know that we've got Rider Nation fans all over the nation, all over the world that tune in, and we greatly appreciate that. Man in motion, hands off to Williams. Hit initially by Foltz, but Williams keeps those feet chugging along, and he's going to pick up a gain probably of about 6 yards.
Got a lot of energy there from Sire Williams, comes right out the gate, and not a lot of St. Mary's energy from the defensive line to get off some blocks and get in front of them there. Talked about earlier that I didn't think they would have a lot of luck running up the middle, but some pretty good runs right there, right through the strength of the St. Mary's defense.
So it's good enough for a gain of 7, 2nd down and 3. Man in motion, hands off to Williams again, right up the gut. There's Foltz bringing him down, but that's not before Williams is able to get across the 1st down marker and move the chains for the Wildcats.
Yeah, it looks like what they decided to do is try to put some more guys in motion, fake those jet sweeps that have caught St. Mary's off. And what that's doing is that's causing the St. Mary's defenders to pause there for a little bit. They're not getting quite as aggressive into the line to stop the inside run. And you just can't pause with a back like Sire Williams coming at you. You got to take him head on.
He's 3 yards behind and takes that handoff, but he gets immediately. All right, I was faked out there, Zach.
I think that I think that Gibson.
Let's watch here. Looks like it got bobbled, and
Gibson tries to hand it off. Maybe it's a zone read. Tries to pull it back out, and ball goes up in the air.
Yeah, I thought we had Stosh Patterson had wrapped up Williams big time, but as you saw on the replay, and thank goodness we have replay, that Gibson pulled it back out, bobbled it a little bit, but was able to make a decent chunk, 5 yards out of nothing right there. 2nd down and 5.
Really the first time we've seen a zone read type of play from Franklin tonight.
Williams trying to turn to the left side. He's strong. He is a very strong runner, probably going to move the chains once again. The Wildcats come out very forceful with the running attack in this early part of the second half, and that's all been by number 21, Sire Williams, and number 2, Tressel Gibson, the quarterback. 2 dangerous running attacks for Coach Childers' Franklin Wildcats.
Doug, you said we have viewers from all over. Need to give a shout-out to Kenny and Sonny Dershaw rooting on the Riders from Hilton Head, South Carolina.
Very nice. Shotgun. He's just going to keep it. Gibson gets wrapped up, and here comes another David Walbacher penalty. Comes from the head official. Usually going to indicate an offensive foul.
Looking here on the replay, let's try to catch it here on the outside. Looks like 67 right there. As you can see, has his arm up around the helmet and pulls down a little bit. And anytime officials see a twist like that, they're going to make that call. You can sometimes hold on to a guy as long as you keep your hands on the inside. And when the guy pulls away, he doesn't have a kind of twist. you got to let go of them to avoid a penalty right there.
Like to give a shout out as they're marching this backwards. We get a little bit of help from our Memorial High School mass media class. So I'd like to thank Angelina for helping out with camera work and Minami helping produce down in the truck. Shotgun. Gibson fires it. Oh, stepped in and broken up by, is that number 10, Aiden Eigenbrod? And yes, it is. That's the first time we've called his name tonight. And as you see here on the replay, he reads this very well. He's going to step up, get a hand in there. No chance of catching that ball.
Coach Fry talks in the Doug Fry Show each week about him as a first-time football player as a sophomore, and he just continues to improve every game and every year. We haven't called his name a lot because he's done such a good job of guarding the wide receivers and stopping them from getting open tonight.
Tressel Gibson, long count. He's going to throw it. Throws it to his favorite target tonight, at least, Woods. And Woods is going to get 5 yards of gain for the Wildcats. Going to help them with a 3rd down and 15. It looks like our digital display stick is malfunctioning, Zach. So got to go to the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard to see where we're at. 3rd down and 16. Those of you who are wondering what's transpiring in the Bellbrook CJ game at halftime, Bellbrook 35, CJ 0. So next week's game will definitely be at Bellbrook. 3rd down, 16. What's Tressel Gibson, the sophomore quarterback, have in store? He's rolling to his right. Here comes Fraley. Fraley collapse in. He's elusive. Boy, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Rough Rider defenders, and it was the 5th one who was finally able to bring him down. Good pressure coming from Fraley. Giesecke.
He
and looks like
Wedding
is able to bring him down, and Sash Patterson perhaps. Again, just a telltale sign of this contest is you make some yards, you get a little bit of series going, and then you're long 4th and 6, and you're going to punt away. So here's Bales with the punt. Has plenty of time. He's directing it towards the left side, lands on the 20. He's going to get about 5 yards of roll. Check that, make that 6 yards of roll. The Rough Riders are going to take over on their own 14-yard line. This field has been very kind to the punters tonight with some very blessed rolls.
Absolutely. It's interesting. I'm wondering if St. Mary's is going to think about maybe bringing a couple extra guys towards the punter next time or at some point in this game, because he's got a lot of time that he's able to kind of wind up. He's got a little bit of a rugby style of punt where he swings it out to the side. Wonder if they're going to try to pressure him a little bit.
Reineke hands off to Hinkle. He tries to jump over a player, gets a big stick, but he's able to continue with forward momentum and then get a yard or two. You know, very first handoff that he got, he ripped off a beautiful 16-yard run, and it's kind of been silent thereafter.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Franklin's really doing anything extra special, just loading the box up there. And good job by them to stay off the blocks. We're just not seeing the same type of holes that we did against Greenville for sure.
Man in motion for the Riders. Hal. We're going to get a timeout called because we were pretty confused on that series. So with that timeout, we'll take time in so you can hear a word from our sponsors.
Manufacturing Solutions is proud to invest in St. Mary's and proud to sponsor Rough Rider football. Think AMS, think logistics, done right. AMS is your complete supply chain solutions provider. Have electrical service needs? AMS can take care of that too. Call us at 419-300-1007 or visit us at AmericanMFGSolutions.com.
Need a little good news in your life? Well, here's the deal. State Farm has new lower car insurance rates in Ohio, so you can now get the service and convenience of State Farm agent Laura Yelton at an even better price. That's right, State Farm can help you save more cash and get the good neighbor service you deserve. It's the real deal for car insurance. State Farm agent Laura Yelton is ready to help you save in St. Mary's. Call Laura today at 419-394-4944. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Well, the Rough Riders take their first timeout. They had some confusion on that play, so Gavin Reineke very intelligently calls timeout before anything goes awry. Second down and 9. Troglin in motion. Reineke's going to pass. He's got time. He's going to have to tuck now. He's going to be tripped up from behind. Looks like number 76. Number 76 for Franklin is Caleb Barnhart. We'd called his number before. Is able to keep Reineke from getting a little bit of distance on that tuck and run.
Yeah, it looked like Reineke might have had his the Troglin, the same running back that he put into motion, came open there at the end, but unfortunately he was under too much pressure early on to really give him time for that to happen.
Third down and long. Reineke rolling out, being chased down. He releases into traffic. And it's just an incomplete pass. Just looking to see if there are any flags for roughing the passer. There were not. So it's going to present another punt for Bowers deep in his own territory.
Yeah, close call there for roughing the passer, and also a little bit close on the potential pass interference. Defender clearly hit the receiver before the ball got there. Ball was a little over the head. It just wasn't, I don't think, enough contact between the defender and the receiver to really garnish a call there. We'll have to ask Mark Cisco later on this week.
We will. And there's been some highlights, but I think our Larry Schaff Auto Sales highlight reel is going to be punting. And here's another beautiful high spiraling punt that Wood bobbles. St. Mary's is not able to recover that. That was a Schaff Auto Sales highlight video on this punt. That thing was a absolute thing of beauty.
Goodness
we got an opportunity to get a turnover with Giesecke there, but Woods was able to bring it back in, and the Franklin Wildcats escape a little bit of a devastation there. Speaking of devastation, we've got Ethan Wedding that is out right now. Not certain to the extent of what's transpiring there, but hopefully he's able to make a return for the Rough Riders. He's on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, it looks like a knee or ankle on the sidelines getting looked at. Good news is he hasn't left the field yet. So,
forgot to give my shout out to Joey Sampson watching from Villanova. Appreciate you always checking in, Joey. First down and 10, 6:55 on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. Hand off to Williams. Williams got some green in front of him, and he's finally going to be brought out by number 8, Brandon Bowers. We've mentioned it multiple times. He's quick. He's strong. He's a bruiser back here.
And there really wasn't anybody from St. Mary's on that side of the ball to even step up and tackle him there. Again, just good scheming from the Franklin Wildcat coaches to find the different formations and put the men in motion that create those opportunities on the outside with not a lot of St. Mary's defenders around.
Oh, bobbled again. No turnover. You'll see this hopefully on the replay that as Williams was trying to pull it back out, that ball just popped straight up. He was able to catch it. And loss of a yard here. Let's take a look on the replay.
You got to wonder if Childers is going to call any more read options because that's the second time and
this game may be who gets that one break.
Right.
Who gets that one break of a turnover and a score, turnover, capitalized score. It's been a crazy game. Played to 0-0 at this point. Keep in mind that Bellbrook is up 35-0 last time that we checked, and that they, in the regular season, beat Franklin 34-0.
Yeah, so regardless of who wins between St. Mary's and Franklin, going to be a real tough game next week against Bellbrook.
And for certain, it will be at Bellbrook. American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard, 5:43. For all of your electrical service needs, check in with American Manufacturing Solutions. Service calls, repairs, remodels, new home, and service changes. American Manufacturing Solutions, thank you for being our scoreboard sponsor. Third down and 11. See what the Rough Rider defense under the tutelage of Coach Nick Yale has in store for the Franklin Wildcats. Trying to get pressure. There's Paul. Paul wraps him up and he's going to bring him down.
Paul has really stepped up this year in some big plays. Batted the ball down a couple times. This time does a great job of keeping his position to keep the quarterback on the inside and wrap him up when he had the chance. We've seen how elusive Gibson has been tonight.
So what do we see? We see Bales out here for another punt. How many punts is this?
This will be the
Isaiah Bales is out.
I'm unsure. I believe until on our stat screen here that until the punt happens, we won't be able to see how many punts. It's the 4th or 5th, I believe.
I'm going with 5. But as usual, I'm usually wrong. Bales with the punt. Good snap. He's got time again. And he puts together a nice end-over-end punt. Fair caught by Tanner Howe. And the Roughriders are going to take over possession on their own 27-yard line. So big-time step up by the defense once again. Punt by the Franklin Wildcats. Let's see what the Roughriders can put together offensively. We haven't had that long sustained drive. We haven't really moved the chains very often. And let's see if we can get some Rough Rider football going here on this series.
No, they need to figure out, what kind of play that they're going to be able to get on this defense and open it up a little bit.
Henkel, he bounces off of a couple players and is going to make some room on that first down carry. Probably about 5 yards would be my guess. I wish our digital display marker was working, but that had a malfunction. Looks like it's going to be 2nd down and 6 for the Rough Riders. Jacobs comes out.
And maybe they found something there, putting Hinkle more of an off-tackle position instead of the trap up the middle.
Reineke with a hard count. Long count. Turns to Henkel. Henkel goes to the right side, but he's just immediately wrapped up by, looks like, 33, probably 23.
Yeah, they tried a similar off-tackle play to the right. We're going to see the right guard here step out, knock 33 out, but not a real good job there.
Tristan Gardner, number 33.
Yeah.
Able to bring down Henkel. No gain, 3rd down and 6.
Not a great job there by Ryan Davis. Got to get a little bit more into that guy. Not a lot of room for Aiden Hinkle to run there.
Straight back in the pocket, and he's just going to tuck and run for the first down. Smart play. I think that was from the get-go. He was going to tuck it, and he was going to run. And that's going to move the change for the Rough Riders as Gavin Reineke's got the first down, moving the ball to the 40-yard line, keeping this series alive for Coach Doug Fry's Rough Riders.
Heads-up play there by the junior, Gavin Reineke. Immediately sees that the entire defensive backfield kind of splays out and goes towards the receivers, leaves them wide open up the middle.
He steps back again. He's going to throw it, and he overthrows it. It's going to present 2nd down and 10. Not even real certain who the intended target, maybe Dylan Troglin, and just did not connect.
Yeah, I don't know if it was it almost looks like he had a bad grip on the ball or something that time, or it was intentional, just trying to put it where only his receiver could maybe make a play for it. Had a couple of open receivers on the other side of the field. Hopefully the coaches saw that and are able to capitalize here.
Handoff up the middle. There's Henson. Henson gets it to the 45. That's the first time we've called Ross's number in quite some time. I think that's probably his 3rd or 4th carry, and we called his number early on in the first quarter.
Seeing some good energy, some good tempo here from the St. Mary's offense. Need to see them get a first down here, though, to keep it going. Can't afford. I don't think you can go for it on 4th down here unless it's really, really close. And I think you definitely need a first down to keep this going here and keep your defense off the field.
Reineke, hard count. Long count. Pitch over to Henson. Henson's got to get to the 50. He does and more. Beautiful, beautiful run by the spark plug, number 20, Ross Henson. Let's move those chains, baby, and keep this drive alive for the Rough Riders.
It's nice when you have a fullback that you can pitch it to that takes it outside and it's got the speed like a halfback. And that's what you have with the tight spark plug package, as you said, from Ross Henson.
And you can throw Fraley into the mix with the fullback position. So a lot of diversification. Coach Childers does not like what he's seeing, so I believe he's calling a timeout. And with that timeout, we'll take time in for these commercial breaks.
If you're looking to renovate your home, former Rough Rider football standout Craig Hewer is your go-to man. Hewer Renovating is an all-phase residential specialist with over 40 years experience and an A-plus Better Business Bureau rating. Improve your investment by giving Hewer Renovating a call at 419-394-8643.
So that was a fake job by the officials and Franklin, and it was not a timeout. I'm not real certain what happened there. And was that Fraley that just got that number called there, or was that Henson?
I think that was Henson. Yep, that was Henson. Yeah, it looks like something, some sort of officials timeout.
And the coach was way out on the numbers, so that's very interesting. Reineke hands to Troglin. Troglin takes his time, and he gets stuck big time and sent backwards.
Number 4 again, Gunnar Lakins with the big stick.
Gunnar Lakins. Boom. That's a big time hit right there.
Set up at linebacker and doesn't have to move much, just positions himself nicely in the hole. That's just good fundamental football, and here St. Mary's finds himself again in a third and 6, 3rd and 7 situation.
Now, this really is a timeout here. Saw Coach Fry signal for that. So with this timeout, we definitely will take time in.
Do you find yourself faced with injustice or confronted with a legal matter that you need help resolving? If so, call attorney David Walbach at 216-225-9181. That's attorney David Walbach for all your legal needs.
Auglaize Equipment Rental is your source for all your equipment needs. Whether you're a contractor or a homeowner with a project, we can help get the job done more efficiently. Check us out at 1900 Salina Road or auglaizeequipmentrental.com or just call 419-394-7883. Auglaize Equipment Rental.
Seems like a long time ago when Auglaize Equipment Rental helped Rider Nation Station out with the scissor lift so that we could bring to you the game from Van Wert. Thanks, Spank, for all of your help and support of Rider Nation Station. Big down for the Riders. Reineke, 3rd down and 6. Reineke with the pitch to Henson again. He's got to get to the 34, and he does. He gets down to the 32. Ross Henson moving the chains again for the Rough Riders, but he's not doing it alone, as you see here on the picture. Nice blocking up front, and he's able to get down to the 32, keeping those legs moving.
Yeah, excellent job there. Stosh Patterson swinging around. Dylan Troglin was in there. Tanner Howe. Those sweeps through the fullback or quick pitches like that have been pretty successful for St. Mary's.
Fumble and a flag. Lost the snap, and it looks like this David Walbacher, attorney at law, penalty is going to go against the Rough Riders, illegal procedure, and it is.
Yeah, it looks like a couple of the linemen and the running back moved slightly before the snap, so it may have been actually one of those that's kind of on the center where he doesn't snap it quite fast enough and everybody's moving before him. That also may be what screwed up the snap itself.
Well, we've got 10 seconds before the end of this quarter. See whether or not we get a snap off. Reineke does get the snap off. Hand off to Henson. Can't get around totally number 15 before he gets some help from his teammates, number 15, Ethan Adkins. So that is 3 quarters in the book on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. St. Mary's 0, Franklin 0. We're now going to tune into the Big Ralph Rider replay. Sponsored by Guarneri's Pizzeria and Pub, home of the signature Big Ralph sub, pizza, and calzone. Give them a call at 419-394-2244.
As the Rough Riders come out 1st and 10. Tony Hirschfeld, the quarterback. T formation in the backfield. Turns. They hand the ball to Mike Elston. Mike turns the corner. 30, 35, 40. Mike's looking down the sidelines. 40, 30. He's down to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! Rough Riders score on the first play from scrimmage. Mike Elston takes it all the way on the power sweep. And the Rough Riders have scored. How far, Joe? 84 yards, Ralph. 84-yard run for Mike Elston.
It's Mike Elston night here at Rider Nation Station. And, you know, just a tremendous amount of gifted, skilled football players that have played for the blue and gold. But when you always think of one of the top-notch players, you got to think Mike Elston.
Yeah, I think you ask anybody around here, and that's what they're going to tell you.
Hinkle trying to skip over a few, but I'll tell you what, Franklin's made some type of adjustment in defending against Hinkle, and he's just really struggled to get anywhere since that very first play. And I believe that was Sire Williams who got the stop on Hinkle.
Yeah, Franklin, what they're doing is they're just getting off blocks, and they're getting in the backfield right now. They're screwing up the plays. When St. Mary's offense can't run the motion the correct way, it's just bound to fail there.
St. Mary's to pass. Reineke trying to find some operating room. Gets to Troglin, who immediately gets hit, and it's going to be a reception of about 4 yards, going to present a 4th down situation, and Bowers is heading on to the field for a punt attempt again. Here you see the replay. Nice presence of mind by Reineke. He doesn't panic, sees what options he has, gets himself some room, and then he talks to Troglin, and perhaps he's got something deeper, but he makes the little outlet pass. 4th down and 12 for the Roughriders. Bowers to punt. Good snap. He puts it up in the air. It's a high punt. Fair caught by Woods. He lets it go, and there's going to be a penalty. So he went for the fair catch, and then he backed out away from it. He bailed, Zach, and so
it's going to be interesting though. Are they going to call it on St. Mary's for being too close to where he could catch it? This one may go against St. Mary's.
So maybe crowding.
Yeah,
and it does go against us.
Yeah, you if they call a fair catch, you have to give them an opportunity to catch. It's hard for a defender because you don't know where the ball is. You're just relying on where the guy is. 55 there for St. Mary's just gets a little too close to him now. Yeah, so they're calling catch interference on St. Mary's. It's a really tough play there. You just have to tell your guys that they need to, when you get down there and you're lining up against the guy like that, you got to be aware. You got to stay a little bit further away from him. That's a 15-yard penalty, Doug.
That is a dagger right there. Got him pinned down inside the 20, and now you're going to march 15 yards off. So they're going to take over on their 27-yard line. Empty backfield. Gibson hands off to Williams. Williams got a lot of running room trying to get it turned, but he's tripped up by Ty Keel and falls down. But good enough for a Wildcat first down. Keep in mind, Sire Williams did not play that first quarter at all, so a different complexion of the game once he has gotten into the contest starting at the second quarter.
Yeah, and he's got 59 yards now in a little over 2 quarters.
Gibson's going to keep it. He's going to get a gain of 5, driven down to the ground by number 29, Hunter Fraley.
Yeah, a little bit of a zone read there, but I don't know if it was coached this way or just happened to be the way the play was, but you didn't see him keep the ball in there and try to really fake it too hard this time. It was more of just kind of like a fake toss almost.
So he got a gain of 6 out of that keeper, and second down 4. Give it to Williams. Williams stuck by Tanner Howe. Nice tackling by Tanner Howe, but Williams is close to the first down marker. Going to be 3rd down and 1 on the Wildcat 49-yard line.
This is emblematic of the battle that we've seen tonight between Sire Williams and Tanner Howe on both sides of the ball. We've seen Tanner. We know that those are probably the biggest hitters out there for either team, and we've seen Tanner hold the ball. We've seen Sire hold the ball.
So Gibson goes under center that time, goes right over, and it is good enough to move the chains.
Didn't look real comfortable taking the snap like that, and St. Mary's fans not happy with that ball spotting. They didn't think that Gibson got there. I thought that with the initial dive over that maybe he did. Let's watch this on the replay.
Boy,
Ooh,
tough to tell.
It's close. I don't think the ball quite gets to the 50-yard line.
Nonetheless, the sticks moved, and Williams is in motion. Gibson's going to throw the ball, and stepping directly in front of the intended receiver is number 8, Brandon Bowers, who almost got the first turnover of the contest.
Yeah, the receiver there for Franklin turned himself into a little bit of a DB and broke that up to prevent that interception. Excellent job of Brandon Bowers reading the quarterback's eyes the whole time, steps in front of that pass. That could have been huge for the St. Mary's defense.
And we mentioned earlier that this may be just a game of a break and turnover leading to a touchdown. We've got another David Walbacher, attorney at law, penalty. Going to be going against the Wildcats, marching them backwards for 5.
Yeah, when you have a 0-0 game or a real close game, Coach Fry says it all the time, comes down to a lot of times the special teams or the turnovers or, one big play, one big break. We've certainly seen the special teams come up pretty big with Franklin missing that field goal and with both teams punting. St. Mary's has 5 punts for 196 yards. Franklin 4 punts for 118 yards.
Gibson throws too much, almost caught. That ball never hit the ground. That's going to be St. Mary's ball. That ball never hit the ground.
That should be. We're watching this on the replay.
It never hit the ground. Yes, and St. Mary's does come up with that first break. Number 10, Aiden Eigenbrod, just gets in there very intelligently and rips that ball away. There's Aiden on the screen. Beautiful job on a miscue by the Wildcats, but a heads-up, intelligent play by number 10, Aiden Eigenbrod, to give a little bit of a breath of life with 8:21 to go on American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard to the Rough Rider offense.
What was amazing about that is number 40 for Franklin, Casey Judy, almost had a great catch because he pulled it out of the tip. He's rolling around with it. Eidenbrod grabs it, though.
I'll tell you what, that's going to make a Schaff Auto Sales highlight video.
And if that doesn't, I don't know what will. And this will, too.
There's the excitement and the Rough Rider offense that we've been looking for since the first play of the contest. Dylan Troglin takes the handoff, goes around the right side, tiptoes down the sideline, and moves the chains big time for the Rough Riders.
Watch this replay. There's just nobody out there. Dylan Troglin had a whole caravan of Rough Rider blockers. Excellent job there down the field blocking by Tanner Howe.
Handoff up the middle to Henson. Henson's still moving. He was hit twice but kept moving, and he's going to get the ball to the Wildcat 25-yard line.
Sometimes you can just feel the energy, feel the momentum change, and wow, what a change there these past 3 plays.
Mentioned that it's going to take a break. The Rough Riders come up with a break, and they need to capitalize off of that Aiden Eigenbrod interception. Troglin caught from behind and thrown down hard.
Troglin had a lot of room to run up the middle or behind his blockers. Excellent job there, 33, Isaac Proctor, of catching him from behind because, wow, he had some room to run up front.
Presents 3rd down and 4, as you see on American Manufacturing scoreboard. 7:25 to go in this contest. Full house for St. Mary's backfield. Hands off to Howe. Nice blocks. Howe's going to be stopped about the 22-yard line. It's going to be shy by 2 yards. All right, Zach, what do you do here? It looks like maybe 3 yards the way they're marking it. Let's go back to 2 yards. What are you going to do here?
I think Coach Fry is going to go for it. I think I'd probably go for it. You got a good leg.
He's calling for a field goal.
Well,
He's calling for a field goal. We've only got 18 seconds on the play clock.
You got to make that decision early, though, and get him out there.
We're not going to make it.
7 seconds.
I don't think anybody's got a clue. And there's another Rough Rider penalty. David Walbacher, attorney at law,
Nope.
penalty.
They gave him the timeout.
They did give him the timeout. Okay, we escaped. That's not a David Walbacher attorney. They did get the timeout to St. Mary's. So with that timeout, we're going to take time in for you to listen to these sponsors.
Vogel's Bake Shop, making thousands of fresh donuts daily, open 7 days a week with stores in St. Mary's, Salina, and Walpole. Also now found in Wagner's IGA in New Bremen, Minster, and Fort Laramie.
Here at TLC, we expanded our business, so we wanted the security of knowing exactly where all the kids are and what's going on in each of the rooms. We chose Fowler's because we've done all our televisions with them, and they mentioned they have security systems. So we just wanted to go out and look at it, and they were very upfront, and they do excellent work from start to finish. And so we chose Fowler's TV. It's been great for us here at TLC Learning Center, and Fowler's TV would be great for anyone.
All righty, we're back. Thought maybe we were going to go back to offense handoff, but nope. We've got Troglin at the hold of Reineke. Troglin kicks it. It's up and no good. Doesn't have the distance. So on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard, it stays at zeros. 6:22 to go. American Manufacturing Solutions, they are your electrical server. Please check out with them for any needs for service calls, repairs, remodels, new home, and service changes. American Manufacturing Solutions. Shout out to all of our others who have helped us out. Grand Lake Health System, CNC Soft and Lounge, Dogs R Us, Hometown Locker Room, Effie's, CNC VFW Post 9289, American Legion Post 323, and all the others that have made Rider Nation Station what it is this year. We greatly appreciate it. Thank them, stop in and patronize them, and tell them Rider Nation Station sent you. Gibson with the handoff. Nope, he pulls it back in, runs, and he's going to be brought down by Giesecke.
They said the ball was out. St. Mary's saying the ball was out. Fortunately, the officials are not.
Yeah, I didn't see anything there of a ball popping out, but
well, then didn't matter anyway because Franklin came up with it. One of their linemen.
Second down, 9, gain of 1.
Well, we've seen a missed field goal from Franklin, now a missed field goal from St. Mary's there. Seeing a lot of punts. Of course, we've had a couple overtime games this season already. So, what's one more?
One in our favor, one not in our favor. Hand off to Williams. Williams cuts up. He's hit once. He's hit twice. Finally brought down by a host of riders on the 25-yard line. We're at 5.5 minutes.
If Williams has any kind of weakness on film, it's that he swings the ball out a little loose. We saw the very close to the ball coming out right there. Tanner Howe got a hand on it and popped it out.
So St. Mary's has a 3rd down and 5. Big down for the Roughriders. Approaching the 5-minute mark. We talked about this going to have to be a game of break for either team. St. Mary's thought they had it with the Eigenbrod interception.
Yeah.
Williams in motion. Handed off to him. He's around. He's going to flip over for the 1st down. I believe we're going to see him flip over the defender on the far side.
It looked like
buries his head, hits him, and flips him over. Here we see Williams.
Ty Keel steps up there to make the play as a DB.
And there's the flip for the 1st down.
Wow.
So that's going to move the chains and give the Wildcats 4 more opportunities perhaps to continue this drive. St. Mary's looking for the stop. Woods in motion. Handoff to Williams. Wrapped up immediately at the line of scrimmage by the Roughriders. 2nd down and 9.
Be interesting to see if the Wildcats try to pass it anymore after a couple close calls and then the interception on the last drive. I think that they feel much safer with the ball in Sire Williams' hands or Tressel Gibson on the rushing the ball.
So this game, really the only opportunities to this juncture of scoring have both been field goals, which both have come up empty for each respective team. 0-0 on American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. Gibson.
Oh.
Incomplete pass intended target number 13, Tyler Woods, who has been his favorite target all night long. It's going to present 3rd down and 9 for the Wildcats.
Brandon Bowers just a little bit not in the position to make that interception, but again, another opportunity there for St. Mary's. Could have been a dangerous play for Franklin because I don't think anybody was catching him if he made that interception there.
All righty. Bringing you 3rd down and 9 from Grand Lake Health System Field. Thanks to Grand Lake Health Systems for being a proud supporter of St. Mary's. We've got a timeout. So with that Franklin timeout, we'll take a time in to hear from our sponsors.
Dogs R Us Styling Boutique at 515 Clinton Street in St. Mary's. We are your full-service grooming, boarding, and daycare facility to meet all your dog's needs. Call us today at 419-300-3647 because you're busy and we love the company.
At Schaff Auto Sales, we always have a large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles with prices right to fit all budgets. So before you buy, give us a try. See Aaron High, the car guy.
All righty, back here to the Grand Lake Health System Field. American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard, St. Mary's 0, Franklin 0, 3:46. St. Mary's, no timeouts left, Zach.
Yeah, no timeouts from St. Mary's could come in pivotal here. 2 timeouts left for Franklin. They didn't have that one charged against them. It was an equipment timeout or an official timeout for something. So this is their first timeout that they've taken. Still 2 left. Big 3rd down here. Biggest 3rd down since the last one.
Yeah. Well put. Gibson, he struggles. He gets out of the hold of St. Mary's, but he's finally brought down by 35. Elusive. I have mentioned this guy is elusive all night long, and kind of fun to watch him get out of some of these if you're a Franklin fan, but for a Rough Rider fan, not so much.
Yeah, his name escapes me right now, but very reminiscent of the Van Wert quarterback. Probably even a little bit more elusive. Maybe not quite the straight line speed that we saw from them, but very tough.
And here we go with a Bales punt.
Imagine that.
Your Schaff Auto Sales highlight video of punts brought to you by Schaff Auto Sales. Before you buy, give them a try. Call Aaron High. He's the car guy.
It's all right. We've got a lot of defensive players out there, old Rough Rider faithful. This is one for them.
No. High punt. A little bit of an acting going on by Bales. No call. He wants to call. Oh.
Well,
St. Mary's 2:39 to go. See if they can put together that 72-yard drive. With. Could you see anything?
Let's watch replay. It didn't. Here's the slow motion. Came through. Oh, it was very close. The problem was Bales' reaction was just a little mistimed. If Bales would have gone down at the time when the St. Mary's defender came through, might have gotten a call there, but it was just a little bit too late there. But good attempt there from Bales on top of some excellent punting tonight.
72 yards away. Turns. Troglin trying to get to the right side. There's a penalty. David Walbacher, return 8 law penalty. Probably going to go against the Rough Riders. Yeah, this has not been a clean game.
Yeah, it looks like 35, Tanner Howe. We've talked about most of the holding calls been on Franklin tonight, but watch Tanner Howe right there. 27 goes backwards. And I don't like that as much. I'll have to have Mark Sisko take a look at that if we get the opportunity this week. But Tanner Howe kind of takes the block backwards, and he's holding on to the guy, and they call a hold there. Didn't look as obvious on replay, but of course the officials don't have the opportunity to look at the replay like we do.
Thanks to all the viewers that have tuned in. Showing over 1.5 thousand views right now. Handoff went about 1 yard. Ross Henson, 1 yard.
Yeah, first down and 21 yards, and just trying to catch Franklin off guard with a little inside trap. Every now and then for St. Mary's that works because they're thinking pass or they're thinking outside sweep at least, and you pop one up the middle on a first down and long. because they're not ready for it. It's interesting is a 2nd and 18 this long. Franklin's still keeping their 5 down linemen in.
Hand off to Troglin. He's met immediately by number 23, Pierce Bowerly. Bowerly coming up from the linebacker position and just having a Troglin smother. We've got a timeout by Franklin with 1:23 to go. With this timeout, we'll take time in.
For all your sporting good needs, visit Albert Sporting Goods at 121 West Spring Street, serving the St. Mary's community since 1980.
Varsity Lanes, home of the Roughriders 2018-19 Boys and Girls State Bowling Champions. Striking up delicious food, 32 taps, Queen of Hearts, and nightly food and drink specials with a great family atmosphere. Carry out is available. Stop in and see us after the game. Go Riders! Unique Awards and Signs, here to take care of your signage, graphic award, and gift customization needs. From banners for your graduate or corporate sponsors to awards recognizing those dedicated employees or champion sport teams.
And we're back. Gavin Reinecke hands off to Henchen. Henchen trying to get some distance, but cannot. Going to get to the 25-yard line and going to be stopped. And they're going to burn their final timeout with 1:16 to go. So with that timeout, we'll check back in with our sponsors here on Rider Nation Station.
Or champion sport teams. Stop in at 1865 Salina Road or call us at 419-394-1612.
Rider Rooters is proud to be a sponsor for tonight's game on Rider Nation Station. Rider Rooters supports all Memorial High School athletics as the official booster group of Memorial High School. They have been providing financial support to Rough Rider sports for over 40 years. Thanks to the Rough Rider community for all your support.
A little bit of a chess game going on here, Doug, with between the coaches. Coach Fry willing to not try to get a first down necessarily, run some shorter running plays in order to force Franklin to use their timeouts. Franklin's coming after this punt, though.
And they did use their timeouts, and they're going to have about a minute, a little over a minute. That got blocked. Franklin's going to have 40 yards to win this ball game with 1:06. They came after it. They got a hand on it. Looks like Pierce Bowerly.
Yeah, watching here.
Nope, check that.
40.
He gets blocked into Bowers. Number 40 is Casey Judy.
Not really sure if anybody really actually blocked the ball. It was more of 40 Judy getting blocked into the punter, into Bowers, and Bowers not able to get the whole kickoff there.
Well, we said this is going to be a game of breaks, and this could be the break that the Franklin Wildcats needed. 66 ticks left in this contest unless we go to overtime. American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard showing zeros. Gibson going to run from the shotgun, and he's going to get out.
Nope, stayed in bounds. Clock's rolling. Good
no
job.
Timeouts left by either team.
Good job.
It's going to be a gain of about 7 yards.
Good job of the St. Mary's defenders there to at least keep them in bounds.
Woods in motion. Gibson's just going to tuck and run again, but he's smothered. They may be setting up for their field goal as well, but no timeouts. We do have injured players. Two injured players for Greenville. One pops up. The other one is down. So
that's Gibson.
We'll go ahead and run a commercial here as they're tending to their injured player.
Let Prudential Advisors help you tackle your financial challenges. Call Denny Louth, Financial Advisory, and Kelsey Burke, Financial Planner, at 419-394-8879.
Buffalo Wild Wings in St. Mary's, proud to support Rough Rider Athletics and the Memorial Student Athletes. Join Buffalo Wild Wings for each Rough Riders football game, streamed on Rider Nation Station. Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, drinks, sports. Miller Funeral Home has been serving the Rough Rider community in its time of need since the 70s. Our business is a family affair, dedicated to serving families with integrity, dignity, and compassion. Miller Funeral Home, proud to be a supporter of the Rough Rider community.
All right, with that injury, it was number 2, Tressel Gibson. He walks off. Number 14, Drew Isaacs, who started the season as a quarterback for Franklin. He's going to take the snap from the shotgun. Williams right next to him, hands off to Williams. Williams tries to get around. He's going to get to the short of the first down marker, but the clock does stop with 16 seconds to go. It's going to be on the 31-yard line.
Going to be an interesting call here for Franklin. Are they going to try to field goal? It's a pretty long
Looks
field
like
goal.
they're making the transition for the field goal.
Sire Williams really's got to know where that first down marker is.
So this would be 48 yards if I've quickly done my math correctly. Left-footed kicker out of the hold of Isaacs. Bales. He kicks it up, and it is just right.
Wow.
Had the distance. It looked like it could be going through from this perspective in the press box, but it is no good. We have had 3 field goal attempts. All 3 have been no good. 10.3 seconds left for the Rough Riders in regulation.
Not a great snap, but a great job by the kicker getting
Look at that
up.
ball.
Wow. Whew. He had 10 yards.
That was a 48-yarder.
Wow.
He had the leg on it. So
Wow.
with 10.3 seconds to go, we're just going to take the snap and play for overtime. Reineke takes the knee, and the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard winding down to zeros. Well, bunch of zeros on that scoreboard, and they're going to set things up for overtime play. And while they're doing that, we'll go ahead and take a listen and a watch of our commercials.
Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success, and supporter of the Rider Nation and St. Mary's community.
Fellowship of Christian Athletes is a middle school and high school club looking to spread God's love throughout numerous schools and communities of our local area. FCA's favorite play of the game is both teams joining together in prayer at the conclusion of the game. God bless you, sports fans.
VFW 9289's mission is to honor all veterans, past, present, and future. Come on out on Football Friday nights to watch the live stream of Rough Rider football. VFW 9289, a proud sponsor of Rider Nation Station.
Miller's Detailing Service LLC offers all your detailing and window tinting needs, from 1, 2, and 5-year ceramic coatings to basic detailing. We have a full line of ceramic tint with a lifetime warranty. Call or text Braid Miller at 419-953-2796 or message us on Facebook at Miller's Detailing and Service LLC.
Hometown Locker Room Pizza and Subs would like to congratulate all our local sports teams. We invite you in before or after the games for pizza, subs, wings, and our half-pound Black Angus specialty burgers, along with our appetizers. Make sure you sign up for our Locker Room rewards and start earning free food today. Dine in, carry out, or have delivered. Thank you for your business. Check us out, Hometown Locker Room.
Great news, St. Mary's tailgaters. The virtual 5K run and fun walk registration has been extended to the day of the race. It is now only $20, no t-shirt included. Don't miss out on this great opportunity on October 17th in Memorial Park. So many fun things to do. Check us out on www.tailgateforcancer.com. Together, we will win.
Hey, it's Tracy and Amy. There's finally something to celebrate in 2020. It's Effie's Boutique Customer Appreciation and 5-year Anniversary Celebration. Effie's in downtown St. Mary's is the place for clothing, shoes, scarves, jewelry, gift cards, and home decor. Come to Effie's on Saturday, October 24th, starting at 9, and receive a free swag bag with a $50 purchase while supplies last. Register for giveaways and check out the special deal. It's Effie's Boutique 5-year Anniversary Celebration. Saturday, October 24th from 9 to 4. Come and see us.
All righty, back here at Grand Lake Health System Field. 4 quarters of actions have been played. The American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard reads 0 St. Mary's, 0 Franklin. So we are in overtime play. Both teams will have a possession to run offensively, and we'll continue that until we have a winner. Right now at midfield, the coin toss. To start off the game, St. Mary's received in the north end zone. Waiting for the instructions here.
As we talked about, St. Mary's has been through this twice this season already.
Looks like St.
3 weeks in a row. That's right.
St. Mary's is going to defend the north end zone.
Yep, looks like Franklin will have the offense first. So Franklin will have there is no clock in overtime. Franklin has the ball from the 20-yard line, and they'll have an opportunity to score. And then St. Mary's will have an opportunity to score. So if you always want to choose to go on the defense first because you want to know if you need a field goal or a touchdown.
Grand Lake Health System Field has definitely been a field of overtime this year in 2020.
That's right.
Getting all the money's worth here. Well, we're about ready to start overtime here. Gibson is back in. To his left is Williams. In motion is Woods. Hands off to Williams, brought down from behind. Diving and dragging him down was number...
I saw Tanner Howell in there,
35. Tanner Howell. You see a great picture here. No, Stosh Patterson.
Stosh Patterson.
Stosh Patterson. Great camera work there by our on-field camera person, Howie's. Appreciate that. Like I said earlier, we've got 2 high school students who help us. Menami in the truck and Angelina in the camera, on the camera. Again, shotgun, man in motion, hands off, misdirection to Williams, and he's stuck hard. That's Tanner Howell with finishing off, and Hunter Foltz has the initial grab, and watch 35 right here on your screen. Going to step up. Boom.
Ooh. And, his knee got twisted up and went the wrong way.
So we got an injury on the play.
We talked about this battle all night has been Tanner Howell and Sire Williams, 2 hardest hitters on the field. Fortunately, Sire already had his leg wrapped up, and it did not bend the right way there.
Fortunately, they're there helping him up so that he can walk off a little bit of his own accord. Fortunately, that was a big-time hit, and that knee got twisted up pretty hard. So nice job by the Rough Rider D stepping up and filling that hole. Just as Tanner Howell had a nice hit. I can't remember who it was for Franklin, but stuck Troglin pretty hard. There's been some serious hitting in tonight's contest.
I think it was Casey Judy, number 40. And we've seen Sire Williams on defense hitting pretty hard as well.
Might have been number 4.
Oh, number 4 as well.
Gunnar Lakins.
It's good when we have multiple people that we're remembering hitting hard.
Yep. All right, so this situation brings 3rd down for the Wildcats. Williams obviously out. Number 23, Pierce Bowerly in.
You got to think Tressel Gibson is going to be probably rolling to one side and trying to make something happen.
He's looking for the end zone against Troglin. Troglin wisely knocks it down.
Excellent coverage there by Dylan Troglin.
Reagan Brown wants to flag.
Number 6, Reagan Brown was definitely open. The pass was a little just too high. Gave Dylan Troglin a chance to come in there and make a play on it.
Beautiful camera work by Angelina, our home high school helper from the mass media class. So it's 4th down.
Great work all night from our entire crew here. So thanks, Rich, Dave, Eric, Angelina.
And here we go, field goal opportunity, the 4th field goal. We've got Bales, the hold of number 14, Drew Isaacs. And St. Mary's is going to put the freeze with the timeout. And with that timeout, we're going to go ahead and take a time in for our sponsors.
TV everywhere.
TV everywhere?
That's right, everywhere. You can watch TV from your tablet, your phone, your laptop, any mobile device, anywhere you want.
Laundromat?
Yes.
Grocery store?
Yes.
Park?
Yes.
What if I wanted to watch TV at home?
All your favorite networks all the time. It's TV everywhere from TSC.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
St. Mary's American Legion Post 323. Veterans serving veterans, as well as veterans serving the St. Mary's community. You're always welcome to stop at the Post, especially on Football Friday nights to watch the live stream of Rough Rider football. Post 323, a true friend of veterans, St. Mary's, and Rider Nation Station.
And we're back here at Grand Lake Health System Field for our fourth field goal attempt. 3 by Franklin, 1 by St. Mary's. First 3 have been no good. Bale's trying to make good on this one in the overtime action. It's down. It's no good. No good. St. Mary's has an opportunity to win this game either by 3 or by 6, Zach.
Yeah, Franklin wanted another roughing the kicker on this one. This one was a little closer. 52 definitely touched him there. I think Bales just did a little bit of an acting job again, and officials weren't willing to call that. Kind of like that no call on that situation, though.
That'll be interesting to hear from Mark on his perspective of the roughing the kicker on the punt.
Right.
And, oh, beautiful. That goes right off of the shoulder pads of Stosh Patterson. Coming right up the gut. So here the Rough Riders are. They've got the ball on the 20 is where you start every time in overtime. And Reineke taking a look at things. Full back house. He hands off to Tanner Howe. Tanner gets it across the 15 to the 14. We're going to have a gain of 6 yards on the very first possession in overtime.
Hopefully everybody at home can hear the stands picking up the energy. Crowd loves it. They want to see the Rough Riders finish this one out here in overtime.
Not seeing too much activity out of the fans in the front row, though, Zach. They seem pretty static.
Seem a little flat?
Yes. Reineke hands off to Ross Henson. Henson's got it. Touchdown. That's a game. Advance. Woo! Round 3 with the Ross Henson touchdown. This game was about staying alive. Hand the ball off to Ross Henson, and he's going to find pay dirt. Woo!
American Manufacturing Solutions is proud to invest in St. Mary's and proud to sponsor Rough Rider football. Think AMS, think logistics, done right. AMS is your complete supply chain solutions provider. Have electrical service needs? AMS can take care of that too. Call us at 419-300-1007 or visit us at AmericanMFGSolutions.com.
Need a little good news in your life? Well, here's the deal. State Farm has new lower car insurance rates in Ohio, so you can now get the service and convenience of State Farm agent Laura Yelton at an even better price. That's right, State Farm can help you save more cash and get the good neighbor service you deserve. It's the real deal for car insurance. State Farm agent Laura Yelton is ready to help you save in St. Mary's. Call Laura today at 419-394-4944. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
If you're looking to renovate your home, former Rough Rider football standout Craig Hewert is your go-to man. Hewert Renovating is an all-phase residential specialist with over 40 years experience and an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. Improve your investment by giving Hewert Renovating a call at 419-394-8643.
Do you find yourself faced with injustice or confronted with a legal matter that you need help resolving? If so, call attorney David Walbach at 216-225-9181. That's attorney David Walbach for all your legal needs.
Auglaize Equipment Rental is your source for all your equipment needs. Whether you're a contractor or a homeowner with a project, we can help get the job done more efficiently. Check us out at 1900 Salina Road or auglaizeequipmentrental.com or just call 419-394-7883. Auglaize Equipment Rental.
And it was a struggle all the way around for St. Mary's to get things clicking offensively.
Yeah, what a little rivalry we got going here between the Franklin Wildcats and St. Mary's. 2 years in a row now, hard-hitting, down-to-the-wire game. And that's what we were talking about. 2 games, 2 years in a row now where Ross Henshin kind of comes out of nowhere, pops up, and is maybe your player of the game if you don't give it to the punters.
It was a game of punts, and that means it was a game of defense. It wasn't the cleanest game. There were a lot of David Walbacher, attorney-at-law, penalties that were assessed tonight. And whenever you're ready, Zach, you can go ahead and run down the statistics. And these statistics in this post-game show brought to you by Hewert Renovating.
Yeah, as we watch the team come over here and seeing the alma mater in front of SMAB, what a great shot we got going
and
there.
If we got audio, maybe we'll just go ahead and tune into it.
Yeah, this is more enjoyable than stats anyway. I won't sing. We uphold there. St. Mary's All Brass Marching Band and the players enjoying the alma mater. As we look at stats, St. Mary's first downs 8 to Franklin's 16. Total yards, St. Mary's 195 to Franklin's 232. Passing, St. Mary's had 2 completions on 7 attempts. Franklin had 6 completions on 14 attempts. This was mostly a rushing game. Passing net yards, St. Mary's 39, Franklin's 73. Rushing, St. Mary's 37 rushes for 156 yards. Franklin 44 rushes for 159 yards. Penalties definitely played a huge part on both sides of in keeping this close. St. Mary's had 7 penalties for 55 yards. Franklin 5 for 45 yards. Third down conversions pretty similar. St. Mary's was 4 for 12, and Franklin was 4 for 13. And here we go with the punting statistics. St. Mary's 6 punts for 210 yards, 49 yards being the longest. Franklin 5 punts for 156 yards with 39 yards being their longest. And at the end of the game, average drive start was very similar with 29 yards per team. Time of possession pretty close, 20 minutes, 5 seconds for St. Mary's, 27 minutes for Franklin. Looking a little bit at the individual stats, not too many, just 2 completions still for Gavin Reinecke, 39 yards. Ross Henshin getting on into the rushing category with 11 rushes, 59 yards, and the biggest one coming in overtime for that TD. Aiden Hinkle, 11 rushes for 39 yards, and Dylan Troglin, 6 rushes for 31 yards. Receiving for St. Mary's, Dylan Troglin, 2 catches for 39 yards. Looking at Franklin, Tressel Gibson, 6 completions on 14 attempts for 73 yards. Tressel Gibson, also your leading rusher for Franklin, 4 attempts, 23 rushes for 71 yards, 15 yards being his longest. Sire Williams just edges him out on yards, 16 rushes for 73 yards. Abe Miggins in there for 3 rushes for 9 yards. And receiving for the Franklin Wildcats, Tyler Woods, your biggest receiver of the night, 4 catches for 27 yards, 1 catch from Sire Williams for the 36 yards, and 1 catch from Drew Isaacs for 10 yards. There were, of course, other statistics or other individuals, but we're just giving you the top 3 there in each category.
You know, something that is going to be fun to watch over the next 2 years is the play of number 2 Tressel Gibson for the Franklin Wildcats.
Just a sophomore,
and he does a lot of nice things with his legs, and he's going to mature as a passer. So for Coach Childers, there's a bright future with that young quarterback there. St. Mary's is going to advance, and the last that we saw, it was Bellbrook 58, CJ nothing.
Yep.
So the Roughriders will advance in round 3, and Bellbrook, the number 1 seed, who, keep in mind, beat Franklin earlier in the regular season 34-0, will host the Roughriders next Friday.
That was very early in the season, so it's always if there's any year that you throw out some of the early season records, it's this year. So we have a couple clips here, I think, some highlights from the game we're going to run through, some of the more pivotal plays. Here's of course, the end of the game in overtime, the block of this field goal. I think Stash Patterson comes through, and that ball clips his shoulder pads. That, of course, when it's blocked like that, it takes out the possibility for a roughing the kicker.
There were a total of 4 field goals in this contest. That's just
right.
left shoulder pad.
Face mask or shoulder pad, yeah. Stash Patterson getting it done on offense, defense, and special teams. And as we watch here on the Roughriders attempt in overtime, this is a touchdown from Ross Henshin.
And that
just beautiful.
A great shot there.
Yeah, great job by Ross Henshin coming in the game. As we see here, Aiden Hinkle on crutches, not a good sign. I saw also Ethan Wedding on crutches. So we have some banged up St. Mary's players. Going to have to see how they're able to recoup this week. They're going to need every bit they can against the Bellbrook Eagles, 58-0 over Dayton Chaminade Julian.
All righty. So St. Mary's advances to round 3, now possessing a 6-2 record. Franklin bows out at 4-4. Love to thank our sponsors for all making this possible. Adding on Dogs R Us, Hometown Locker Room, and Effie's, as we lost a couple from the regular season, and Grand Lake Health System, CNC Loft and Lounge. Thanks so much for your participation as well, and all of our other longtime sponsors. We greatly appreciate it. We'll keep you in tune for what next week will bring for Rider Nation Station as we see what we can and can't do for.
Just wanted to also say, Doug, that the seniors now, I don't know if somebody told them that Bellbrook won or not, but this this is the last home game for these seniors, so we're gonna have the. I think maybe we'll just let the cameras follow the seniors here at the end
Sometimes
of the game.
silence is the best words here.
And maybe we'll fade out on our broadcast on that.
When we come back, we'll talk about our offensive and defensive players game, brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. 6-0 St. Mary's winners in overtime here on K94. You guys good with the stats?
All right.